have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, this is Jay Jones, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
so long ago, in the age of the innocent. Everything was natural, everything made perfect sense. Strangest things are dangling in front of all of us. Alice in Wonderland in its fucked up universe. Of America, fairy tales for no child, the demise of familiar. Everything more truth has become a reality. Diving deeper into insanity. They will play with the hearts and the minds of the true believers, making way for the dawn of the new digital deceivers. This is your wake-up call. How we knew that this day would come. Brace yourself for the fall. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Blow up with the smoke and break the mirror. Run away the mask and it's all becoming clearer. They will play with the hearts and the minds of the true believers, making way for the dawn of the new digital deceivers. Come and sing, it's a new sensation. Open wide for the next artificial generation. They will play with the hearts and the minds of the true believers, making way for the dawn of the new digital deceivers. Come and sing, it's a new sensation. Open wide for the next artificial generation.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. What's up, Outlaw Radio Nation?
Hey, we're back for another great show.
Back again, Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Thank you for everyone out there watching. We see all you guys with all your comments.
Wow, a lot of people watching right now.
This is really nice.
Well, a lot for us.
Yeah, fantastic.
They're not huge numbers, but
Yeah, we're working on
For
it.
us, they are.
They're getting there, Jim. You got to be patient.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
We started with 0. The very first show, we had 0 listeners.
All right. No, we had more than that.
Yeah, we have.
We had 10,001. No, I'm joking.
No.
We had very low viewership, but we're building.
Yes.
We're trying to get there, and we need your support to do it. We're supporting you. Support us. Okay, that's my rant.
We're done. Is that it?
That's it. Good night.
Okay.
All right, so welcome back to Outlaw Radio Nation. We are ready for another one, peeps. This one's going to be rocking tonight. We have Alan Fayer of World Zend coming in to talk about the scene and what's new with them.
Awesome.
Then we have Trashman Dean, guitarist from the Let It Burn band. He's also going to be joined by his son, E-Rock, and singer-guitarist Matt J. Chase.
Oh, all 3 of them at one time?
Yeah, all 3 at one time.
I don't know if I knew that. That's really cool.
I think we discussed it a little bit when we were at Whiskeyville on Thursday. But we're having such a great time. I'm sure we've all forgotten except for them.
E-Rock is like, what is he, 12 or something like that?
Yeah, he's the youngin'.
Trashman's son.
Trashman's youngin' son on percussion and soon on guitar too, from what I see.
Is that right? He should learn how to play the guitar. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think his daddy bought him an Epiphone, so it's going to be a good time. Also on the show, we have Joe Davis from the Joe Davis Band in North Carolina. It sounds like a pretty good lineup tonight, right?
I think so.
Okay, well,
Yes.
Jim, I'm not done yet. Music tonight is by Still in Darkness. You heard DSR kicking it off, followed by The Rising Fall.
Boy, both of those songs were killer.
Killer opening.
DSR. Monica sang.
Yep.
How you doing, Monica? Not sure if you're on
Nice to
right
see you,
now.
Monica.
Rising Fall. Hey, that bass player and drummer, that was a good combo. They were playing in time, and I like it when a bass player actually hits the notes when the drummer does. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. How's it sound out there for you guys?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Trashman Dean just dropped on.
Hey.
Said, the Epiphone Swing Master.
Oh, the Swing Man. What is that?
Swing Master. I don't know. I've
Is that
never
a new
heard of that.
guitar? Swing Master? Huh. Or is that's your new, you're not the Trash Man anymore? You're the Swing Master, maybe?
Yeah, I'd like to say hello to Timothy Monahan for jumping on the show. Also, hello to Billy, of course, Trashman, Janine, Matt Guka, Johnny Rocker, all you
Johnny.
guys. Okay. Also, tonight on the show, we have music by the Freaky Things. Mr. Moonlight has a song.
I don't know which one.
I'm going to surprise you.
Yes.
I'm also going to play Circle of Nero again because I really like this song. I'm going to stick it to all you guys to like and support this band. And then we have another new artist that we're playing tonight called Blaze Murr. And I put Circle of Nero and Blaze Murr as almost side by side in different weird metal.
Oh, I got
I don't know how to describe it. Okay. And if that wasn't enough, we have the Paranormal Chef coming on at 7:30 to talk about the book Missing 411, Ohio Cryptids, and Strange Disappearances in our national parks. Makes you not really want to go camping. And dang, if that still wasn't enough, Jim has the shenanigans about the early days of Musk, maybe even another political rant at the end of the show. You never know. So let's let it roll, Jim. You ready?
It won't be too political.
Yeah.
So we haven't been arrested for playing that laugh yet. Awesome.
Come get me. Come and freaking get me.
That is awesome.
I'd rather be sued. Because, you know, guys out there, if you're sued, that means you've made it in life.
Yes, because they only sue if you have money.
That's right. Billy Stokes said it sounds great.
Oh, good.
Matt Guka said it sounds awesome.
Wow.
And E-Rock says hi.
Oh, hello.
Okay, guys, so we got some stuff in the news. I'm going to go over it real quick, all right? Because we have a big show, and in 15 minutes, we got the Paranormal Chef coming on, so we got to rock and roll with this shit. Try not to swear. Okay, guys, May 17th, Sacred Vortex, 4125 Lorraine Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 8 p.m. This guy, Mr. Moonlight, takes the stage to celebrate his birthday weekend.
Yes.
Okay? Mr. Moonlight's unusual trip around the sun. Correct?
That is correct.
Yes, I got it right.
Yes, very good.
Then after Mr. Moonlight's done playing, we have Dwayne Albert and the Devil's Rodeo. They're going to come on, and they're going to rock it with their Cowbilly Cowpunk. Sounds great too, right?
Oh, yeah, certainly does. Certainly does.
Sounds great. Okay, now this is Jim's birthday, so I expect all you guys out there to come jam, hang out with us, celebrate Jim's big day. No excuses because this does not serve alcohol, so you can't get tanked unless you bring your own booze, and then we're not going to say anything anyway.
But you don't really need to. You'll have some of those kavas, and you feel real fine. Trust us on that one. I've done it for months now, and it's not a fluke.
No,
It
Cava's
wasn't
great.
a one-time deal. It's like every time I get there, I don't want to leave.
All right, so I'll have to say this real quick, funny story. First time we go there, Jim's like, I don't know, I hit a gummy, and I'm not sure if the kava really worked. So I think what we need to do is, next time we need to test it out, right?
Yeah.
So we go back again the next time. And this time he's like, I'm not going to eat a gummy. I'm going to drink the kava. So probably about a couple kavas in, and you tried some other stuff. You were like, wow, man.
It wasn't the gummy.
It wasn't the gummy. So he's like, I'm not sure about it because we did smoke before we go. So this time, no smoking, no gummy. And we went again. While we were there, Jim goes,
It's very scientific. We are with our testing.
yeah,
here.
with our test. And we did it 3 times. He's like, yeah, I like this. And the place is great. We've been going ever since.
Yes.
I've been going for a while. I've been drinking the kava. The kava. Okay. So that's Jim's birthday, May 17th. Please come out, enjoy the show with us. Outlaw Radio obviously will be in the house. It'll be a good time. All right, our Outlaw Radio hotline is up and ready to go. And tonight, caller number 3, not yet, but when we say go, gets a free large or medium Outlaw Radio t-shirt, and you get the new CD by Oblivia. Oh. Let me do one thing.
Now that's a good band, Oblivia, too.
Yes, it is.
Heck yeah.
We saw them at Boutique. I think they rocked the house.
Yeah, they really did.
This is their whole album, Misery, All I Seek, One More Try, What You Want, Say to You, Hold On, The Way Things Stand, and So Far Away. What's not on here is,
I Drink Like Hell, or what is that?
Oh, I Feel It, or the other one is called Hell Yeah.
Oh, no, I was thinking of another band, sorry.
Oh, Gonna Get Drunk.
I was thinking of the rodeo band.
Oh, yeah, that's Gonna Get Drunk. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, also, I'm not sure if you've heard, but the Cleveland Music Awards have been moved to November 15th at the Key Bank State Theater. Did you know that, Jim?
Oh, that's pretty... Oh, really?
Interesting. I think what their thought is that they'll get more people to come out because it'll be November and not during summer. But I'll say this, you have better chance during summer to get people out because more people have free time. November 15th, it's getting close to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's...
Holidays. Everybody's working. Saturday night, November 15th.
I'm sure they gave it a lot of thought, but
know.
November 15th, it could be...
I know what they're doing over there.
It could be a snow, and, well, I guess that doesn't really matter.
We've already officially pretty much will never be nominated with the CMAs anymore since we've done Outlaw Radio. We tell the truth, man.
Yeah, we don't need to win anything. We just enjoy being here and doing this.
Yeah. All right, so May 29th, we have a new show coming out. It's called The Nation. It will be starting at 5:30 p.m., running for 1 hour. It's a special presentation to our fans, our listeners, and our family. Plus, we have the call-in line, not only for Outlaw Radio, but now we can also call you. And we've worked it out and figured out how to use it. So beware. We're coming for you.
Watch out.
Okay. Pretty cool, right? Also, I want to say this. We have T-shirts in. You can pre-order them. They're available in black and red in all sizes and for men and women. They're only $20. Okay. Matt J. Chase bought one.
Thank you.
Right. Marty Schleckman bought one. And just the other day, Dave Polizzi from My Cleveland Project bought 2.
Oh.
So they're on order, and we're going to be sending them in. This one right here is our official Outlaw Radio shirt. This is only given by us directly or the people that are actually on the show. So if you get one of these, count yourself as special. What do you think about that, Jim?
That's good. That's fair enough.
All right. So another conversation came up this week. Have you ever heard of the band The Damned? Okay.
Oh, you were asking me. I thought maybe you were asking
I was
them.
asking you.
Oh,
I'm
The
asking
Damned.
them
Yes, I
too.
have.
I'm sure these guys have heard of it.
Yes.
Okay. The Sex Pistols might get all the glory, but these guys were actually the first punk band from the United Kingdom to release a single and studio album. Did you know that?
No.
Tunes such as New Rose and Neat, Neat, Neat still sound groundbreaking for their ferocity. The group returns to town to play Globe Iron. The show begins 7 p.m., and it's tomorrow. And by the way, did you guys know that Guns N' Roses covered the song New Rose?
No, I did not know that either.
Yep. It's actually a really, really good song.
I got to check all this out.
Yeah.
So they're
The
playing.
Damned.
When are they playing again, did you say?
They're playing tomorrow,
Where?
7 p.m. at the new venue called the Globe. I just noticed it because I haven't really been paying attention to venues and stuff because, you know, we don't go out all that often. And when we do it, guys, it's always the same places, right?
I hate
Whiskeyville,
ask,
Smedley's,
where's
Backstage
the,
Bar.
Is the Globe around here?
Guys, you want to tell me where the Globe is? Because I don't know.
Okay, I'm asking. Okay.
I should have known. I should have put a little bit more research into it, but I didn't. There's a lot of shit to do. Okay. Also, the Rock Hall just announced its class of 2025 on American Idol. The list includes Bad Company. About freaking time.
Really?
Chubby Checker. Joe
Let's
Cocker.
do the twist.
Come on, Jim.
Let's do the twist.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
remember that. And then next thing I know, I was listening to the Beatles. That was back in 1963, I think, when that song came out or something.
Yeah, I think my mom and dad danced to that stuff. All right, so also on that is Joe Cocker. Do you know any Joe Cocker?
That Beatles song, yeah, I do. I love Joe Cocker. He's a little unusual looking on stage, the way he sings and moves around.
Yeah. Amazing performer. Also, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden. Can you believe Soundgarden?
That is awesome.
And the White Stripes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I have a rant about one of the inductees, okay? And don't come down on me too hard about this, okay?
Wonder who it is.
But Cyndi Lauper fucking sucks. She is awful. I hate that song, Girls Want to Have Fun. Is that not the worst song you've ever heard?
Someone was talking about her on the radio today. I think it was WMMS, and they were talking about her and her big hit. Somebody else did that first.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I forget what that song was.
Oh,
what
somebody
even
wrote
was.
a horrible song, and then she covered that horrible song.
And then that was
It was a huge hit, though.
Oh.
Let's be honest. Huge hit. It was awful. And every time that song comes on the radio, that's it. It's got to be turned off. Okay, anyway. I went and saw Peter Frampton at the old Richfield Coliseum. He opened up for Cyndi Lauper. Did you know that?
He opened up for her. Oh, what do you know?
Can you believe that?
So that was obviously before his big live album.
No, it was
Do you feel?
it was well after.
It was well after.
After
So
that.
she's opening for her after
Yeah.
that huge album back 1978. Or
I would say
something?
this concert was 1989. I went with my brother. I saw that Peter Frampton was coming to town. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen Peter Frampton. So we got tickets and saw Peter Frampton. As soon as Peter Frampton was done, we left. As we were leaving, leaving into the parking lot, you could hear, girls just want to have fun. All right.
It's not one of my favorites, but I didn't
No,
think it was
it's
that bad.
I made it sound way worse. Okay, so the Scene Best of 2025 Write-In Your Nominees has ended, and now we wait to see who has been nominated. Jim, are you ready to see where all our hard work has led us to? Are you excited about this?
I should have voted every day multiple times but I didn't. I just, hey, it is what it is. We have competition out there that had a show and probably is going to win.
We talked about this like 8 times.
Am I beating a dead rug to death?
Yeah, that's funny.
Something like that.
Oh, man. So, Alan Fayer, I have you on mute, buddy, because when you talk into the microphone, our audience can't hear you, but I can hear you in my headphones, and it throws me off. But I noticed that you're on 2 different phones. You're on a laptop and your phone, or you're on your yeah, I gotcha. That's pretty cool. Isn't that going to freak you out, Jim? There's 2 Alan Fayers.
Oh, yeah, okay. He has 2 connections right now.
2 connections
Computer
going.
and phone, I guess. Okay. Well, that'll work. Double the pleasure there, Alan.
Double the pleasure. Okay, so are you excited to see the nominations? Who won?
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think we got nominated for anything?
No.
No. I'll be honest with you. I voted for ourselves for probably the first 3 weeks, and all of a sudden I was like, man, this is dumb. Why am I voting for myself?
Yeah, it's a popularity contest, and
Yeah.
I guess we just lost kind of interest in it after. I don't know. It's not that important to us, although it would be nice.
I voted for other people. I voted for best cover band.
You know who that is?
I bet you could guess who I voted for. Then I voted for best singers, right? I voted for a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, Jim, what we got to do is we got to go to a song, and when we come back, we have the paranormal chef joining us, okay?
Okay.
So we'll be right back after these words. And these words are, hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. This is Freaky Things. This is called The Freak Show.
It's the dead of night. Swallow your hunger. Got a bit for yourself. You're barely alive. Fall in the line. Nothing
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. What'd you think of that, Jim?
Tearing it up. That was pretty good.
That was really cool, right?
Yes.
Freaky Things with Freak Show. Really cool band. I love that little outro,
It's
too.
still playing right now.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Kind of a Beatles type of fade out effect or something, or kind of neat.
All right, so we're ready to bring in the paranormal chef. I see you down there, Matt. I'm about to bring you in, but I have a little intro that I want to do for you. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. This is one of my new songs coming out. There's no drums on it. It's very limited. There is synth and guitar and stuff. But this is for somebody to hear, and I thought it'd be a super cool intro for the paranormal chef tonight, okay? So I'm going to play it for you right now. Okay,
The whole
Jim?
song, or
No, I'm only going to play a minute of it.
oh, okay.
And Johnny Rocker's out there listening because I'm trying to enlist him to play guitar on it.
Oh.
Okay, so here you go. This song's called Realms, and this is for you, Matt. This is actually me.
It's all pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, this song called Realms. It's going to be coming out hopefully sometime this summer. It's just a little weird intro, and I wanted to do it for Matt because it's pretty cool.
Sounds cool.
It's just for you, buddy.
Thank you.
But so you guys know, Conspiracy 216 is working on your actual intro, and as soon
Awesome.
as he heals up, he told me he'll get that out for you.
Yeah, heal up fast, Johnny. Sorry, all the hardship you're going through right now, man.
Drop D, Jim.
Darn, it's pretty heavy, Jeff.
What do you think? I thought it'd be fitting for us today.
It's just the intro. So it
Yeah,
goes into another part.
Yeah, it goes into a fast part. I'm not gonna play that.
Sounds cool, though.
Play the beginning for you. I was trying to go for death metal. Never played this type of music before. It was just an idea to do a whole album about a vampire. So that's what we did.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I got Matt Chase singing on the song, and then I got
Awesome.
Dave Easy playing drums. And it's kind of cool to know a bunch of good musicians.
Yep. Hey guys, what time does Mr. Moonlight's birthday start on the 17th?
All right, so yeah, Mr. Moonlight. Well, he goes on stage at 8. I don't
Okay.
think we actually picked an official time as when we were going to start the show. I figured me and Jim would be down there around 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, 8 maybe to 10 or 10:30, I would think. It's
Okay.
not going to be all night kind of thing.
Yeah,
I should be down there
figured-
about 7.
All right, cool. And I figured Dwayne Albert will hit the stage sometime 9:15. He'll play for an hour. Jim's going to play 45 minutes to an hour. Don't want to make him work on this
I
birthday.
guess I'm going to play solo, but maybe people are going to show up, but I'm not going to count on it, but I'm going to hope it happens.
Yeah. So guys out there, you're musicians, come out to Sacred Waters on May 17th and get on stage with Jim. He's
If you're
gonna
going
play
to do
some of
that,
his
let me
songs.
know you want to, because let's work out a song. I just don't want to get up there and just do 1-4-5s. I'm 1-4-5'd out after
I thought you were going to play
last
your
night.
You're playing your music, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be playing his music. All right, so let's get to it.
Right.
We have a very cool thing with the Paranormal Chef tonight, and we then have Alan Fayer coming on, so I don't want to cut anybody short tonight, okay? So
Right.
we have some really good stuff, and I have some stuff I want to read to you regarding those topics, okay?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. And I also have some questions for you, Matt, too, as we go. All right, so. All right.
Nice.
Missing 411 is a series of self-published books and films. which document cases of people who have gone missing in national parks and elsewhere and assert that these cases are unusual and mysterious. Matt, do you believe that besides natural animal attacks, getting lost, and the occasional murder, that people have gone missing for very strange and mystical reasons?
I, after reading and listening to all this stuff on the 411, I never believed it, but now it's just like everything is like very coincidental on a lot of these things. And this David, what is it? Paulins?
Yeah, Dave Palladius?
Paulins.
Something like that.
Palladius. He's very credible too. Former cop, former SWAT, street crimes detective, everything. And he just found very much a coincidence on a lot of this disappearance stuff. It's just weird.
I'll say this. All right. So that David Palladius, former police detective, private investigator, SWAT member, has written extensively about cases of missing persons in national parks and North America wilderness areas, suggesting a non-conventional explanation for some of these disappearances. He has compiled a series of books and documentaries, Missing 411, that explore these cases. All right. So, Matt, I've heard about cases about people being found miles away from where they were, making it totally impossible for them to do so, and they've all been found without shoes. Kind of weird, huh?
A lot of them have. A lot of them been found without actually their pants on, their shirts. Shirts have been inside out. But the craziest thing is their bodies are dirty, but their clothes are almost clean to the point that there's no germs on them.
And
that's the crazy thing.
Also, another weird thing is these people that are found miles and miles away in rocky terrain have no blisters or calluses or anything on their feet. It's like they were just put there.
Yeah, there was one in a lady that was a yoga instructor, fit as fiddle, disappeared in the national forest in Hawaii, and she was found with bare feet, no blisters on her feet at all. This was a week and a half that she disappeared.
Yeah,
and there's no explanation either. She doesn't understand.
Matt, they say it's estimated that around 630,000 people are reported missing each year. Most are eventually located. Around 90,000 a year are never found. Where do you think they're all going? 90,000 people a year.
If they're abducted, they're probably going. If they're abducted, they're probably going other countries or being put into slaves,
trafficking,
labor, or I don't know. Basically, some of these things they say that they find a trail and all of a sudden they disappear, like they're getting beamed up or beamed someplace. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, all right, see, this is the other thing. So I've been listening to a lot of the Missing 411 book. I watched it all week and for probably the past 2 weeks now, Jim. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of stories of mysterious disappearances in national parks. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, all right. So the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and Yosemite National Park, Mount Rainier as well, but are among the parks with notable missing persons cases. Matt, do you believe that these are could be at the hands of aliens or cryptids?
Could be. And I mean, we're not just talking Bigfoot either. There are, if we're talking cryptids, there's fairies and elves and pukwudgies that protect their area, all kinds, and they're mysterious. They basically can and will find a way to disappear humans because, believe it or not, fairies aren't Tinkerbell. They're more sinister than that.
Yeah, when you said fairies, I thought fairies wear boots.
Yes.
Ozzy Osbourne's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah,
Tinkerbell a fairy?
Tinkerbell was a fairy.
Okay.
She was a hot little fairy, but these fairies and gnomes are and there's people that have said to have seen them and have had footage of them. I've never actually seen anything like that, but it would be cool.
Well, if they're disappearing, they're disappearing from portholes because there was a guy from Canada, captain in the Toronto Fire Department, that was skiing in New York, and they found him days later in California with the same his skiing uniform, and he never knew how he got there. So I believe they're in portholes, and there may go different dimensions. Maybe aliens are picking them up. They're not finding them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
There's
This is the thing. If it was one story or two stories or three, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know. But there's thousands of people.
there's
disappearing.
there's a lot of coincidences when they find these people too. Like if they find them dead, males are found face down, females are found face up, whether it's water or on the ground. Transgenders are found, if they're born male, face down. If they're born women, face up. It's just a weird situation how things are. Clothes are clean. Their clothes are found. They look brand new, and they're gone. It's just a weird situation. I'm so intrigued with this. I have to find the books and the videos from him.
They're all over YouTube. There's hundreds of
I've
them.
been watching YouTube, but I want to actually see his. He has an actual 2-hour documentary on this stuff, and he deals mostly with children abduction, and that's another crazy thing. The children who disappear in national forest are at least 8 to 10 feet away from the group, whether father, mother, the parents, the family, the friends, and they just disappear like there's nobody. They
I'm
can't
glad you
find them.
brought that up. I read at least a dozen stories of families, Jim, walking on trails together where the kid is right next to the mom or dad. I mean, like right next to them, and they turned and they're gone. And then they're found hundreds and hundreds of miles away.
Yes.
Okay, I got to get this book. I that's kind of crazy sounding.
And this guy's legit.
He has at least 10 books out. At least 10
he's
books.
legit.
He's completely legit.
Paperback book kind of thing.
Paperback books. Yeah, look on Amazon. Look at.
Do you have any
other
Jeff?
places?
Do you have any of those books?
No, I just did all my reading online.
Okay.
I read
reading
the
online
411 already.
Piqued my interest.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, does anybody ever have any ID on them, like a driver's license or something? If someone is in New York and then a few days later they're in California, how is that person identified? Because there's a lot of space there, and if you don't even know somebody's missing, and then they're found in it across the country how are they identified?
This guy from Canada approached the truck driver and said, "This is who I am."
And
so
then one was a little boy, and they just found him wandering on the road, and the police picked him up, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "I was with my family in Yosemite." And then he's like, on the other side of the country.
So these people don't have identification on them. It's all been removed on all these cases?
Some are removed. Some are like this guy in the snowsuit didn't have his identity. He had his pass. That's all he had.
Yeah, and
his ski pass.
Also, it's not like they're aware
planning
of what they're doing. When they're walking around and they're found in different areas, they're confused. They have no idea how they got there. They're all discombobulated. They have no idea, Jim. It's like they're in almost like a trance.
Some of these things are crazy too. That they literally shut down the investigation. A day or two later, they bring in not the National Guard, but special forces from the Marines, the Navy, and the Army. They brought in Rangers, they brought in SEALs, and the Marines, heavily armed and with a tech van, and they would come in and take over the investigation and shut everybody down.
Yeah, that's true. All right, moving on. Here's another topic about the woods, okay? That Jim, probably this is blow your mind. People are finding stairs in the woods, okay? Now, they claim these structures would have likely been crafted from impairment materials such as wood. They would have rotted over time, leaving no traces except for the stone staircases or wood staircases, but others have put forth a far more sinister function. They claim the staircases permit people access to portals or even hell. Now, I've read about this and I've watched a lot of video on this.
Me
It
too.
is true. This is something that's classified that you have to sign when you become a national park ranger, that you do not talk about the things that happen in the woods.
Right.
Okay?
For real?
And this is one of them.
I have a
Yes.
cousin that's a national
And
park ranger. I got to talk to him.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is, these staircases aren't found like 5 feet in front of, in the woods. They're found 10 to 50 miles in the woods,
Oh, middle of nowhere.
middle
Just
of
a
nowhere.
staircase in the middle of nowhere.
And
So how
some
are they found so easily too? I mean, they're
Because
hidden in the
they're-
middle of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, it's just that.
It's because the rangers will come upon them when they're out in the woods.
Yeah.
You know, they do their patrols. They're walking around. People find them. things
Hundreds
like
of
that.
thousands of acres, and they're just found.
there is
Okay.
a story about a search team that was searching for a guy, and one of the newbies found the staircase, and he walked up in it, and he started feeling dizzy. He started seeing things. He saw flying creatures. He saw black-eyed children, and as he was climbing, he saw a porthole. He climbed down he said no more. He climbed down the steps, found the rest of the group, and the group said, "Where were you? You've been gone for 5 hours." And he thought it was like 5 minutes. So it was just it's just like how crazy. Some think these are portholes exactly to hell, and if you notice these steps, even though they're old, they're ruined. Some of them are white, pristine, but they're all clean. They're all clean steps. It's like nobody walked on them. They're all buff. They're all clean. Even the ruined ones, the ones that are like wood and stone, stuff that look like they've been there for 5,000 years.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Moving on from that, that's really interesting. We're going to come back to that as another topic.
Yes.
Stairs, and they're not stairways to heaven. They talk about stairways to hell. Okay. All right. So this is a big topic, and this is I was listening to a program today about I gotta look this up real quick. The Cedar Bog Nature Preserve. I was
Yes.
reading about that today. Also, then I heard some information. If you want to find Bigfoots, they call them, in the Northeast, in the metro parks, they are by bodies of water. It's
Yep.
springtime. They eat on berries. So if you're by bodies of water and you want to walk along the shoreline, they say that's the best chances of seeing Bigfoot.
Yep.
Isn't that cool? All right, so Ohio cryptids. We have heard of the Mothman. We've heard of
Definitely.
the Frogman.
Mhm.
But have you heard of this? The Cedar Bog Monster is a cryptid, a creature of the unknown that has been associated with the Cedar Bog Nature Preserve in Urbana, Ohio. It's described as a large ape-like creature with fur, sometimes said
Yep.
to be around 7 feet tall, kind of like a Bigfoot, right? All right.
It's a smaller version of them.
Yeah. It's believed to inhabit the wetland areas of the Cedar Bog Nature Preserve, a place that has remained relatively undisturbed for 10,000 years. I think that
Yep.
the woods have animals, creatures, and all sorts of things lurking in them, Matt. I believe we have many things yet to discover, right?
Exactly.
And
They-
I believe we have cryptids. I'm sure of it.
I did some studying on this after you talked to me. They actually have what I call the Bigfoot art. The when the branches cross each other, and when they're making their houses and their nests, they have them in the bog. And this bog has actually two paths, but they're all connected to each other. One is for a higher ground if you didn't want to get too dirty, and that's the only path through there. It's hard to even get an ATV in there. It's that primitive in there.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
you got to believe that they have something in there.
Yeah, I believe that fully. All right, Matt. Well, I think this was a really great episode. I think we need to come back to Ohio cryptids, and I think
Yes.
what would be kind of cool is when we do later on down the line, because we have a whole bunch of different shows coming out. I can't even think of what they are right now and all the different ones that we have you doing, but the Beatles conspiracy one's gonna be super cool.
Yes, there's so many. There's like 3 I know of offhand that I could tell you about. So
Yeah,
it's
talk
just
about
crazy.
yeah how they talk about Paul McCartney really died
Paul
in
McCartney,
that car
John,
crash.
John, John Lennon's death, the conspiracy that they were friends with aliens. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the CIA followed John Lennon. So we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
We're going to talk about more stuff about cryptids. And also, we're going to Helltown, y'all. There's a paranormal investigation team heading out with us. The paranormal chef will be back with us for that report on May 25th. And we're going to pull out all the stops for this. So, Jim, you're welcome to come along. Oblivia wants to attend this with us as well. Kristen, who's a medium, psychic medium. Ben Kyle, who is the singer and guitarist in Oblivia, also does paranormal investigation stuff. He has all the equipment. He has the what's the EFM meters, right? EFMs?
Yeah. There's all that's cool stuff. EMF.
EMF, that's right. Electromagnetic field
and
readers. He's got
there's
the
other stuff.
spirit boxes, the Necronomicon, and all that really
cool.
cool shit. So we'll be able to talk to the dead.
I've also invited my niece to come with us if that's cool. She's the one I'm always talking about, the former Wicked.
Yeah,
she
very
wants to
cool.
come and check that out.
I think more people the merrier, especially if we come across any Satanists that want to kill us.
Yes. That one church in there I heard is nothing but now a gathering of everything satanic.
Yes, so that's why we're going to go in the afternoon. We'll be out of there before
Yes,
dusk hits.
Definitely.
So, all right, very cool, Matt. Great.
Let me know when you want to do this. I'm going to try to take the time off, and I'm going to take the time off, and we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it in the afternoon. We'll probably do it on a Thursday,
okay,
or something like that, before we do our broadcast that night for one of our shows. But we'll do it. Well, hopefully we do it before May 29th, but we'll talk about it this week. We'll get it all figured out.
Okay.
I'll talk to Jim, and we'll do our investigation of Helltown. It'll be super cool. We'll be able to get video footage and put it on the show. I'm excited about it.
I am very excited. Hey, cool. Jim, I'll see you the 17th, man.
If not sooner, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, and thank you so much for coming out to the boutique. I just want to thank you one more time.
Hey, it was an awesome time. I got to see some great music, listen to some music, and meet some cool people. So,
all right, very cool.
And happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday again.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I said happy birthday one more time.
Yeah, our celebrations last a month.
Yeah, you get a whole month out of it.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Happy birthday. Okay. All right, so Matt Gutka, the paranormal chef, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to play a song. This is going to be a band from Cleveland. This is Still in Darkness, and this is Honesty. Have a good night, man.
See you guys. Rock on.
Rock on.
If I can be honest, all I really want is not to be pressured, allowed to do things in my own time, not to be rude, just speak my truth. Yes, my beliefs, but nobody wants that. From all your motherfucking lies. All I want from you is just tell the truth. Unlike pulling teeth, it could be so deep. Why is it so hard to choose when you know you lose me in the end? Or is that your plan? Your wicked ways I don't understand. Believe you me, there's so much power in honesty. Fiction, you lied to me. Fiction, set me free from all your motherfucking lies.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Good evening, Mr. Alan Fayer.
Hey guys, great show tonight. That was really cool.
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, I have a little introduction for you I'd like to read off for you. Okay. They say that all people are created equally, Jim. Well, I'm about to lay that myth to rest right now
It's not true.
with this intro. World Zend is a 90s hard rock music experience out of Cleveland, Ohio. Definitely not created equally. This band is cut above the rest. The band World Zend features the master of the fretboard, Alan Fayer, on guitar, the wail of Jason Hillard on vocals, the crisp playing of Dave Servito on drums, and the monstrous Bill McComb on bass. They are a cover act known for playing heavy alternative music from the 90s to the early 2000s, and they are Jim's favorite cover band in all of Cleveland. Please welcome to the show, Alan Fayer. Welcome to the Outlaw Radio.
Welcome to the show, Alan. Very cool.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I'm honored to be on. Thank you for that's a heck of an interview or an intro.
We try to do one for every person that comes on the show to do them justice, and I'm sure that did not do enough justice for you, because amazing stuff, man. And I love your background. Fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to comment. Did you do that, or is that
No, that's
Alan?
all
Hey,
on
man,
him.
You're the first one to pull that off. You look great, and your background and the sound is good, so it's all 100% right now.
Yeah, it looks very cool. And we're even rocking the World's End shirt ourselves.
Heck yeah.
It's
saw
right
that.
behind us.
We
I
usually
saw
have
that.
that up.
So thank you so much for coming on the show. We're as excited as you are for being on the show. I've only got to see you play a few times this year, but I saw you're playing the local in North Olmsted the end of May. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, our biggest show
Gotta go
coming
there.
up is June 7th. We're at Bike Week. We're playing with Queensryche on the progressive stage out on the harbor.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's our big show of the season there.
That's really cool. I like Queensryche a lot.
That is cool.
Yeah. Operation
we-
Mindcrime.
Yeah, we've played with a lot of different bands there at Bike Week. But I'm really getting to like the local, both in Strongsville and North Olmsted. That's a great venue for us for live music to be here on the west side. And I
Are
like
you
the food.
guys? Go ahead.
Well, both places have great food and just real friendly service. I mean, we're really comfortable there. It's a nice, easy place to have a show. So hope everybody comes out to that one.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, you played backstage bar. I wasn't able to make the show, and I was just about to head out. I had gotten a phone call, and somebody's like, "Man, it's freaking packed up here. There's like nowhere to move." And you, Jim was calling you the king of the backstage for the whole week. He was like, "Man,
The place was packed.
packed."
Yeah, I know it's a small venue, but again, though, the food is absolutely fantastic. I even go there for lunches. It's just a fun place. We usually don't play the smaller venues, but that's just too much fun. Plus, Cam's Corner, that's an entertainment area that's on the west side that we just want to really kind of do our part to contribute to. So, and they're really trying to. The singer in Higher, Vince, is the one that does the booking there at the backstage. So we've been discovering a lot of talent around the area. So we have an endless supply of people to choose from to open up for us for some of our bigger shows and stuff like that.
Well, I should also say, not only does Alan Fayer play guitar in World's End, he's also the lead guitar player in the Creed. It's Creed, right?
Yes.
Cover band Higher. And me and Jim, I only be honest with you, I know like one Creed song. It's their hit. And when we saw you at the Palace Theater, we're like, "Oh, they play this song?" And then Jim's like, "Oh, yeah, I know this song too." So, yeah, that was a good time and some of the best sound I've ever heard.
It was an outstanding show, I think.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Stereo,
Thank
he had stereo, vocals or something. What were you saying?
Oh,
He had separation.
you guys were panning your vocals the sound guy was panning the vocals from left to right. I don't know if you could hear that from the stage, but we could out in the audience, and it was super cool when you'd hear him scream, and it would go from one side of the stage to the other during Tool. I was like,
Oh,
Jim, they're panning.
Yeah, the sound there is excellent. That's Mike Horvath. I think it's Audio One Productions. He's a fabulous technician. He does sound at a lot of different places.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, he's a great pro. We love working with him. He'll make everybody sound the way they should sound. Can't make you sound any better than what you are, but it'll make it sound right.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, look, so before we get into the interview, I don't want to go too much into all the shows you got coming because we're going to save that for the very end. But here's a question that we always ask everybody that comes on the show. You're a big part of the music scene. Obviously, you've been in the music scene for a long time. Can you give us an idea of how you got started and what led you to World's End?
Well, about 25 years ago, I got into I started in the 70s, really, early 70s, just playing local clubs. Back in the day when if you were good, you got your gigs. If you were just mediocre, you weren't playing anywhere. I was probably making as much money as most adults or more than the adults back then, even in junior high and high school. So it was a whole different music scene back then. And then I took about a 10 or 15 year break and didn't do anything until my wife bought me a guitar and wanted me to start playing again and talked me into it. And actually, I was having a private party at our house. I hired a band to come out and play, and one of the guys in the band used to be a student when I was a guitar teacher. And he's like, "Come out here and play." It's like, man, I haven't touched a guitar for 15 years. He's like, "Come on." So I put the guitar on, and I did stuff I didn't even do 15 years before that. So I got the bug. She got me a real hot rodded up an American Strat and got me into it. So I had a best friend at the time that got me into a soul, jazz, progressive original group where I learned a lot. And then Jason, our singer in 3SO, in World's End, him and a couple other guys, we put a band together called 30 Seconds Out, all original, and we played the original circuit for about 15 years. Anywhere from Nashville to Detroit, and just stayed in the upper Midwest. And then when the music industry took a crap and went all digital. We couldn't, get the record sales or anything. So we just kind of disbanded. And then, so I thought, well, I still want to play music. So I started a cover band at the time. It was called Substrate. And our singer had to take off on us because he thought the world was going to come to an end. So I was like, oh, man, God, I got all these gigs. So one of my employees said, well, why don't you call it World Zend now? I'm like, hey, just put a little twist and put the Zen in there. So I called Jason and said, Jason, I know you don't like doing cover bands, but man, this is I need you. Can you do some of these shows? So yeah, I'll try it, he said. And as soon as he came out and he hit it, it's like, we're doing Tool because he sounded too much like Maynard. So we changed everything that we played to be what Jason sounded like and what we want to play. So we put this band together really to do what we wanted to do, to play the music we wanted to play, and to play at the clubs that we felt like playing at. That's why you don't see us out there 2 or 3 times a week and just playing at just any old place. We really choose what we think is going to be the best experience for our fans to come to. Good food, good service, a comfortable place to sit if possible. If it's standing room, at least you better be treated good, reasonable prices. But it's got to have a stage, a good sound system. A couple places we hire out a sound company, but so we don't care if we're doing it the right way or the way everybody else is doing it. We do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Because
you create an experience.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. You're putting together an event. It's an experience for your fans. And I'll say this, when they get done playing, and you know this, Jim, you have a where you meet your fans. You'll sign the merchandise. You'll sell them the merchandise. It's an experience.
You did that in Lorraine. You were out there in the front and talking to everybody. That's totally
People are
cool.
lined up.
Yeah.
Lined up, Alan, for a Cleveland tribute band. That's huge, man.
So that's how they got the World's End. Is your one member said the world was going to end, and that's it. You got it in that?
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You figured out the spelling on that. It's made it different, I guess.
I know. It just kind of came to me that same day when my employee said that. Like, I don't want to just say
World's End.
Yeah.
That's
a little different
very
twist.
Cool. Always such a great story behind it. Matt Gutka asked, where are you playing at that Queensryche show? Where's that at, and what date and time?
It's June 7th. We're downtown Sandusky at the pier downtown there, right next to the Barrel House Saloon. It's out on the pier, so it's an open event. You can get VIP tickets and be able to come up real close to the stage, or there's 7,000-8,000 people outside the VIP section. It's a big stage. It's easy to see everything. We're going to go on. The time hasn't been concrete yet, but it's going to be around 7:00 in that area when we go on. And Queensryche will be after us. But that's going to be God has really taken good care of us on all of our outdoor gigs that we've never been rained out. And I hope I didn't jinx it this time, but I don't believe in being jinxed. So we really have a lot of strong faith in doing things for the right reason, and we get taken care of. So I think it's going to be a great day, like it always is for us.
Sounds like positive vibes coming from you guys. That's for sure. It's all good.
Yeah, you guys are definitely doing some great stuff. All right, so let us know. Tell me all the stuff you have coming up after that Queensryche show. Tell me all the shows and all the special events you have coming in. I know you asked us about getting you some banners to do some stuff with Outlaw Radio. We are working on that. We're very slow moving. There's so much other stuff we're trying to get done first, but we will get that to you. Okay. But yeah, tell us what you got going on. I know you got the local, and when you get these posters, make sure you send them to us so we could share them on the show as well.
Okay, I sure will.
Video too. We'll do video as well.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I really like that video, by the way, that you guys put together.
The
My
collab.
Cleveland project you're talking about?
Yes, I love
He
that.
did a good job. Dave really knows how to put videos together. That was not an easy task. There's a lot of editing there.
Yeah, that was Dave Polizzi from My Cleveland Project put that video together. He did all the recording. All me and Jim did was I went and did vocals, and Jim did guitar, and they did everything.
Man,
We have
I'd
a
like to
great
get them to do a video for me.
they,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Huh?
They
you
definitely
should see
do
their
it.
studio. Their studio is so nice. It's so big, so many different rooms. It's set up so nice, and they treat you like great. And if when you play there, there's a wall that you sign. So they had me sign my name on the wall. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know Dave Polizzi watches the show. Hey, Dave, this is a great guy. You should bring Alan Fayer into the
I
studio.
think you should.
We talk about people that you get along with and nice people and stuff that you could play with. This is one of those guys.
You're gonna like my Cleveland project. Everybody is just top notch.
Yeah, it's all original music. And
I mean, they're just great people too. Very nice.
yeah, some of those guys
No
played with the
arrogant
Raspberry.
idiots. You know, just very nice.
The one guy played in Eric Carmen's band and Michael Stanley band and all those other bands. So it's very cool.
Oh,
You're
wow.
with great musicians.
It's nice to be involved with people like that.
Yeah, for me, it was
Yeah.
a first. I've never been with like very super high quality musicians like that. It's kind of
Yeah, that's-
intimidating a little bit. All right, so tell us what you got going on.
Well, this month we're doing the local quite a bit. Next weekend on the 17th, we're at the local in Strongsville. The weekend after that, on Friday the 23rd, Higher, the Creed tributes at the local in Strongsville. And then on the last Saturday of this month, we're at the local in North Olmsted there with World's End. And then the weekend after that is Bike Week. And then we really don't have anything on the books for June at this point. We're kind of laying back. I was actually holding back, trying to get some outdoor festivals and stuff, and just didn't really run into any that we could get concrete with. So we're going to take a little break in June, I guess, and learn a lot more songs because we're always trying to learn more songs. You'll never see two of our shows be the same. So we're always adding new songs so that we don't get bored with it either, and we can keep it high energy.
It helps to rehearse, so you guys rehearse.
Yeah, we rehearse
Like a
once or
lot of
twice.
bands. Oh,
How often do you guys rehearse?
Yeah, once or twice a week at least.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
We have it's a horse barn converted into a recording studio and rehearsal center. So it's a beautiful. I mean, it's not luxury; it's a barn, but it's it's warm and the loft is all open, so acoustics are great. And it's just a fun place to be. And it's got a nice living room where we get a lot of guests will come in. The girlfriends and stuff, and the wives.
No, we don't know anything about that. We don't know what that's like whatsoever.
But we always got new songs that we're working on constantly. And with the guys, they have to tell me because all these songs I didn't grow up with these songs. I grew up in the 70s, so to play songs in the 90s, I wasn't really listening to a lot of radio. And when Jason and I were in that original group, I hardly ever listened to the radio. I was always writing our own songs. So these are all new to me. So in fact, I was at a store one time and I heard an old song from I don't know who it was from, but it was like a 25-year-old song. I go to practice. Hey man, let's do this song. This is cool. And they're like, dude, that's an old song. Like, oh, that's the first time I ever heard it.
That's funny.
We'll do stuff like that all the time. But yeah, and when you say experience, it is an experience. It's every show we put everything we got into it. Our merchandise team, how can we have the most fun for the people, stuff for the audience, gifts, whatever we got to do to match the ambiance of the place really and the size of the show. So, but yeah, in July we're at doing a backstage thing with Higher on July 19th.
That's going to be packed.
Yeah, it really is. But it's fun. Just get there early enough.
Yeah, you have to, or you're not going to get in the door. Hey, have you thought about doing that new venue, the Globe, the old Metropolis? I heard that place is pretty big, isn't it? I don't know. I haven't seen the stage yet.
Yeah, I'd like to, and we don't have a manager, so we do all of our own booking, and a lot of times I just don't know about these places or who to contact or anything like that. So, Yeah, I'm all for it. If anybody out there wants us, get a hold of me for sure. But yeah, I'll write that down the globe, huh?
Well, I'd
I'll
like to
take
see
any
you.
pointers you can get.
I'd like to see you play the Palace Theater again. I'd like that venue a lot. It's beautiful in there. It sounds so good.
Oh, and what? Yeah, such a beautiful place. Chris Padicky, the manager there, has done a fantastic job, and we're going to be back there again next year. He's already let me know that. He's getting more and more national acts in there, so we're very honored to be one of the local acts that get in there.
Yeah,
And
very
hopefully,
cool.
but we want to branch out into. I'm going to be going in a couple of weeks down into Akron to really start hitting a lot of the Akron area. Um, and I intend to try to get Beachland and a few of the places around here. And I'd love to get in House of Blues. Jason and I had played there in the old band, but World's End has not played there yet, and I think we're ready for it because we can sure bring enough people.
I know you could fill that whole front room.
Oh, you're definitely ready for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
definitely
for
ready
it.
for that. And I think I know the guy that does the booking there. It's been a while.
Oh boy, hey, pass them along. I need all the help we can get.
You do good at Brothers too, really. I'm sure you've been to
Oh
Brothers.
yeah, Brothers
That
Lounge would be
stage in the
another
back.
great venue
that would
for
be
you.
Great.
Yeah, that's been a tough one because we can't get enough people in there. That is a small venue, so
Maybe not even 100 people. I think
Yeah.
there in
Hey,
the back room.
The Afterlife in Akron, I heard, is a very nice venue. Have you been there yet?
no.
Oblivia just played there, and when we saw them at the boutique, they said it was super nice. It was a big stage and a really nice sound system. Me and Jim have not been there yet, but a lot of bands seem to really, really like it there. And the Winchester would be a nice spot for you.
Yeah, we got
No chairs.
hires going here. We'll be
Yeah,
there
you
in
need to
October.
bring chairs.
Yeah, no chairs.
There's
Oh.
no chairs in there, man.
None.
I went to a show and I looked at Jim. I'm like, I got to sit down, man. I can't stand for 2 straight hours. I'm not a spring chicken no more.
I wish they would put the stage where it used to be at the end of the room instead of us playing against the wall like that. But
I do not like the setup there at all.
But it's a
You're
big
right.
room for sure.
yeah, great sound system. Oh my God. But yeah, we'll be there in October with Hire. But we played there a year or two ago. We just couldn't get enough people in there, in the Winchester. Nobody was comfortable.
It's
for-
also a tight place because of the parking situation. You got to park on the street. You're walking 10 miles to go see
It's so
World's
hard to
End
find
play.
a parking spot. Yeah.
If World's End played Winchester, you wouldn't be able to find a parking spot. You'd be somewhere on
117th Street or
117th
something.
walking. You have to take the bus in. Park at the RTA station and then take the rapid. That's funny. All right. Well, Alan, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's fantastic. Me and Jim plan to come out and see you again. And when we
much as
come
we
see you
can.
again, want to get some
That'd be
photos
great.
with you and do all that good stuff. But thank you for coming on Outlaw Radio. Jim, do you have anything you'd like to ask him before we let him go?
How much does your 3-neck guitar weigh? Like
Yeah, that's a good one.
50 pounds?
You know, I think it.
Maybe
I thought I
15?
weighed that at 32
did.
pounds.
Okay, so I wasn't
That's a-
that far off.
Not far off
It's
whatsoever.
pretty heavy on your neck the whole time. Well, it's not the whole time. You only do it for a few songs, right?
Yeah, at my age, that's about all I could do it for.
Alan, I was going to say this. You remember we saw you at the Palace Theater. I heard you say to the lead singer, you're like, my hand is cramping while you're playing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then I said to Jim, I'm like, he should put that three-neck guitar on for the whole set, and his back would be all cramped up and hunched over. I'm like, what is that, 50 pounds? I'm like, I couldn't do it. But that's funny.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, I'm honored you guys have me on anytime, man. It'd be great. And I want to order a T-shirt for sure.
All right, sure. We'll put you down for a T-shirt, and when we come see you at probably the local, we'll have it for you. All right. Well,
Great.
thank you so much for coming on Outlaw Radio. Outlaw Radio Nation, this has been Alan Fayer of the band World Zend and Hire, and thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Good night, Alan. And we're going to play a new song right now. This is Jim Bellinger,
Uh-oh.
and this is If the Moon Flies Away. Good night, Alan. You take care.
Night, guys.
Good night, man.
for another day. It's had enough of us anyway. What would happen if the moon flies away? If it's just giving up on us anyway. What would happen if there's no moonlight when the sun goes down? The sun goes down. The sun goes down. The sun goes down. And the moon flies away. The moon flies away. The sun goes down, the sun goes down, and the moon flies away. The moon flies away when the sun goes down. The sun goes down. And the moon flies away. The moon flies away. The moon flies away. And the moon flies away. The moon flies away. The moon flies away.
People out there saying,
I don't hear nothing, guys.
a lot of people say it's not even so
The
crazy.
moon flies away.
There's a lot of juke.
The moon flies away.
Did you see it, man? That's obvious. And there's no tidal waves. Maybe if there's no tidal waves, then maybe they would be a werewolf. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy.
The moon flies away.
Then there's no werewolf, then humanity. There would be no violence then, maybe?
But I mean, if Jim is really good, I don't hear him.
I don't hear anything.
Moon?
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Can you guys hear me out there? Trashman Dean and E-Rock.
Hello.
Hello, guys. How are you? Nice
Good.
to see y'all.
Good to see
Looking
you
good
again.
and sounding good, yes.
All right.
Hey, E-Rock.
Hey, E-Rock. What's up, buddy? All right, so I have a little introduction for you. Welcome to Outlaw Radio. This is Trashman Dean with his son E-Rock from the Let It Burn band. He's the guitar player in the band, one of the guitar players. Welcome to Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, welcome.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Let It Burn band, they play it all. Rock, southern rock, country, blues, some originals. A little for everyone. Living the rock and roll dream, one gig at a time. One of the hardest working guitarists in Cleveland, Lorraine, and one of the hardest working bands out killing it every weekend. Besides Trashman Dean having a beautiful family and a son that he has taken under his wing to discover music, this guy is a good friend, always consistent and encouraging. Please welcome to the show, Trashman Dean and E-Rock. Welcome to Outlaw Radio, boys.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be here. Looking forward to
right.
it.
Yep.
Excellent. How you feeling tonight?
Good. My wife had me working all day, so I'm a little tired, but it's all right.
Dad,
She have you working too, E-Rock?
A honey-do list that I've been putting off,
Oh
'Cause of-
boy, the honeydew list.
right?
I forgot all about that list. I'm so happy I've thrown that list away.
It's stuff I got to do. She just needs to remind me once in a while.
Yeah. Well, we're men, you know.
I like your basement, the light show and everything. It's pretty cool. I was there a couple months ago.
Yep. Let It Burn Band Studio.
Yeah, that's really cool. We had Alan Fayer on. He had a really cool background as well. You've got the cool background going. This is the first time I've seen the studio. I know I've been invited, but just never can get out there. You're always jamming when I'm working.
Well, one of these times you'll be able to come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Always a
All
party.
right.
Always have a bunch of people over, and it's a good time.
Hey, Matt Kuka said hello, Trashman. Hello, E-Rock.
Hey, Matt.
All right, so we got you on the show. This is the very first time we've had you on the show. We see you all the time. We just saw you on Thursday night for briefly, for a little bit. We didn't get to see you perform, but we've seen you play many times. We enjoy it. You were on vacation. Jim filled in for your spot at the boutique.
Thank you. Yeah, I reached out. I'm like, Jim, would you mind strumming a couple chords for us?
That was so fun.
Yeah,
It
he
is fun.
John let me use his guitar. I think his name was John. Wait a minute. No.
Tom.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
very
started
nice.
him up
He
too.
was very
He's got a
nice.
one-man show. He's out there. He's a good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, that was fun. Also, all right, so let's start the interview. I'd like to ask this question to all the guests we have on the show, so we're gonna shoot it right now. So I know about you in the Let It Burn band, okay? We've known you for a little while. We knew a little bit about you when you jammed with Ebenezer the Crow. That's how I think we originally met and everything. So give us the background on Trashman Dean. First off, how you got that cool nickname. And secondly, what led you to the Let It Burn band? Give us a little brief bio of the man behind the guitar.
Well, I've been in the garbage business since I was about 21 years old. Started on the back of a truck and just been in trash my whole life. So it just kind of fit in. You know, I'm on
No idea.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm a region safety supervisor now. But I used to throw trash, and it's just a nickname. I pretty much call myself that just to have something out there different than my last name that I have. It's so long. No one can spell it or say it, so I'm just.
I can spell it.
Well,
I can spell it.
I hope so.
Is it Truskolaski or Truskolaski? How do you pronounce it? Truskolaski. Okay.
So you're not with BFI or SCA, which I'm sure you've heard of them.
Well, yeah, I started with BFI and then turned to
did you?
Outlaw and then Republic. I left there and now work for Rumpke.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The Let It Burn band really came to be. I started playing guitar maybe in 2018. A guy bought a Corvette off me, and he was a little bit short on money, so he asked me if I'd take this Les Paul as the rest of the cash for it, and I said sure. So then I went on YouTube and taught myself. And then I was out at our campground. We had a permanent camper out there, and that's where I met Matt and Mark. Was out at the campground, and we used to jam on Matt's porch a little bit, and then Jack showed up one night and played bass, and then we tried to have a band one time in like 21 or something like that, and I wasn't into it, because the only thing I ever really played out was either in my basement or at a jam night somewhere. I'd still get my feet wet. I'm still trying. And then we tried it again about 2 years ago, and it's been working pretty good for us, and getting out there and having a good time, and I do match shows with him too, and it's kind of how I ended up with Ebenezer the Crow was when we first started. We needed a drummer, and their drummer Davey kind of took us under his wing and kind of gave us some pointers and helped us get on track, until we found a drummer, and then that's when we got Jeff Rowe, and so that was my connection with Ebenezer the Crow. They helped us out at the beginning. We didn't have a full set in the works, so we used to go do gigs together. We'd open up for them, and they'd finish it up. They're a real good band too, and that's how I ended up playing with Ebenezer the Crow. And then they do a gig. There's a couple songs that I do with them. They call me up and play with them, so that's really it. I was never really in their band or anything like that. Just a bunch of local brothers jamming together. That's all. Good guys, that's for sure.
I noticed that a lot about Let It Burn band and a lot of the different artists around the Whiskeyville. You guys are all interchangeable. There's different bass players and drummers, and anybody can sit in. It's very cool. Jim's been on stage with you guys. Is it once or twice now, I think? So
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's very
cool. I think there's different types of musicians. There's musicians that learn songs note for note and solos perfect and that. Then you got guys that can just jam. Hey, what keys it's in? I'll make something up and it'll sound cool. That's kind of the group I fall into. Note for note stuff. I play more what I feel. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But usually if you just tell me what the chords are, I'm all right. I think that's same thing with Mr. Moonlight. He can, hey, let me know what key it's in. I'll do a ripping solo on it for you, and we'll move along.
Yeah, I remember when
It'll never be
when
the same voice, that's for sure. No.
when Matt was talking to him before the show, he's like, Matt, I'll just kind of, or he goes, Jim, I'll just kind of give you a heads up on what chords they are and everything. And I looked at Matt and I'm like, yeah, he doesn't need that. Just tell him what key it's in. He'll be fine.
I made mistakes.
Oh, sure. Yeah, everybody does. But you could barely tell. And then he was up there with Birdo. And those two going back and forth sounded great. And then when Jim took over, Jim, you stole the show. It was great.
Berto's amp broke or something like that, but then it gave him time to set up his keyboard.
Jim was just waiting for the opportunity. He's like, yes.
It took a while. I couldn't hear anything I was playing for like the first 4 songs. So
Well, I think
Berto
they
was.
had to plug in a board or something like that because it was supposed to be an acoustic guitar or something. I don't know. I was watching from Nashville, but it sounded good over the phone. I thought you guys did great.
I thought it sounded pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty mellow. The everything was mixed pretty well. I liked it.
Yeah, the
what I
boutique
heard
was not a bad show whatsoever, sound wise. It was actually pretty good for what it was outside on a pavement. Not in a club, soundproofed or anything like that. And yeah, it was actually pretty good.
That was the 3rd year we played there. We've been playing there the last couple of years. I know Jeff Rowe's been playing there, I think, the last 8 or whatever, however long they've been doing it, because he used to be in Pass the Shine. And somehow Jeff Rowe always ends up there with one band or another, and it's a good time. That's how we found out about it. Was Jeff Rowe was like, hey, man, you want to go do my friend's thing? It's like, sure. And it ended up being a blast,
That's exactly how we found out about it. I think we heard it through, I think Nick told us from Ebenezer. He was like,
you
hey,
guys
you should
came
go up
last year,
to...
I think, didn't you? You guys came last year?
Yeah, I played with you last year with Birdo, and then it rained out. But man, we were really cranking it up, weren't we? That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I like Burrow on that keys, man. He can really kick butt. That's for sure on that organ, man. Love that thing.
Yeah, that whole Friday night was a blast, and then Saturday was a blast as well. Hey, while we're talking about it, I want to talk a little bit about E-Rock because he's also a member of the band, and he's sitting right here.
He has to talk.
We got to put him on the spot.
Yeah.
So how long, E-Rock, have you been playing with your dad's band, the Let It Burn band?
Well, we started at the jam room with Ebenezer, and I saw Greg, one of their conga players, playing on the congas, and I'm like, hey, what are these? And he taught me a few things, and our drummer Jeff Rowe gave me a conga to play at home, and just came from that.
About 2 years.
Very good.
About 2 or 3 years.
What was that, a couple years ago or something?
Yep.
And then after that, not far down the road, Dad bought you a guitar, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I saw a video of you at the practice spot here playing with the Let It Burn band. Is that true?
Yep.
Some jam session stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah,
so you're very into the music scene, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Are all the kids jealous at school?
Nope.
No? Are you a big deal at school?
Nope.
No one knows you do this?
No one knows you're a rock star?
Nope.
Does anybody in your school want to start a band or something? Are you trying to get people your age? Nope,
No.
probably.
Everybody else into their like Transformer toys and trading, and hey, let's play these video games tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Do you flex when you're at school to the girls? Are you like, hey, I play guitar?
That like stuff like that. Well, in 5th grade next year, I'm gonna play the saxophone in school band.
Hey, that's excellent. We love saxophone, and you could also get tips from Sully Sullinger. Robert Sullinger, plays saxophone. I've seen him up at the Whiskeyville a few times.
Yeah, I don't know where
We can start doing some Bob Seger with the Let It Burn band when he gets some of that saxophone down.
Oh, geez, man. Probably the next thing it'll be synthesizers, and then you probably have a drum kit there. I've seen you also play drums as well, right?
His drums are back
right there. And my new guitar's right over here.
And he plays piano and organ too. He can figure stuff out on that thing, and not just notes. He finds the chords. I don't know how he does it.
Got
He
my
finds
new
the chords.
guitar.
The song. That's his new one from Nashville.
That's great. That's really great. And you guys just came back from Nashville, and I also saw a video of
Very cool guitar, by the
yes,
way.
very cool guitar. I like that color.
It's an Epiphone, I guess. Is that what that
It's a
was?
Jimmy
the
Page
Epiphone
style.
Swingster. It's like a Gibson 175.
Oh,
Now, did you buy that in Cleveland, or did you get that one in Nashville?
Picked that out from the Nashville garage.
oh.
Wow,
wanted
that's really cool.
McCartney bass, but then I realized, hey, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a Paul McCartney bass up there, or Hofner, or whatever they call those viola basses. He wanted to get one of those.
Oh yeah, like the Beatles style.
Yeah.
bass?
Yeah.
The Hofner?
Yeah, Jim, don't you have one of those?
Yeah, it's on the wall. It's so busted up, I can't even get it to work. What a
Oh
shame.
man, that's too bad.
Well,
Well, didn't we-
also
Go ahead.
while we were up in Nashville, we went to this Carter's Music Place, and I really like Queen now, the band Queen, and
Wow.
I was asking about, hey, do you have any of these Brian May replicas? And they had 2 of them, but they were real expensive, like $5,000 and $9,000.
Oh, my.
He's standing there
yeah.
with both in his hands and smiling. I'm like, don't fall. That's
Don't touch it.
$30,000 in your hands. Oh man. And they played like crap, so
No,
I don't know how they're
14
getting those money out of them. I really
$14,000.
don't.
$14,000. 9 plus 5 is 14.
I'm not good with math. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, still expensive.
Yeah.
It's like that. Remember, did you happen to see that story of the NFL draft where the son from the Atlanta Falcons coaches decided to call Shadur Sanders in the middle of the draft, and he was like, "Don't. This is the Saints calling. Don't worry, we're gonna pick you. Just
Yeah,
hold on."
I heard like bits and pieces of it. I was listening to the radio and Rover was going to talk about it. Then I had to go into work or something.
I was listening on that show too. They got the dad had to pay $250,000 to the NFL. They fined him that much money.
Wow.
So that $19,000 guitar, I mean, depending on what your dad makes compared to $250,000, it's not so bad. You could have
Right.
Townsend it.
Dad, you got to show them.
Don't get any ideas.
Dad, you got to show them your new Les Paul.
Oh, they'll see it. They seen it at Whiskeyville.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to show everybody else that's watching.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
show us the guitar, man.
What color is it?
Bring it up and show us.
I'll go get
Sunburst?
it. Hey, I'll go get it. You can talk to them.
It's just a Les Paul special with P90s. I don't have a P90 guitar, so I tried this 55 Murphy Lab custom shop. That was sweet. But it was also $9,000. So I'm like, you have something cheap.
Whoa.
Yeah. So let me have this one. This one played about 85% as well as that one did. I said, and it was about a fourth of the price. So it worked out a little bit better for me.
Oh, you're like E-Rock when you bring that walk slowly with the guitar.
Well, no, this one ain't 8,000.
No, that one's not 8,000.
No, this one was.
No.
But
I don't think I'd ever buy a guitar that expensive. It would never leave the guitar
hard.
case.
It was hard to. Yeah, I'd love to have had that guitar, but I settled for this one. It's all right. Nope, it's just a Les Paul special. Nothing special about it.
Yeah. Well, Les Paul's special anyway.
Yeah,
Everybody out there's like, I wish I had a Les Paul.
But that P90 tone is something different than anything else, and you can really go all over the place with that guitar, from playing country music on it to cranking it all to 10 and doing some, really cool. I didn't even use my pedals that night. I was all through the guitar. It was pretty wild. Like, you could back it off and you don't lose the volume, even though you crank the tone down and it gives you a country sound. It was just.
Isn't that cool how that works?
That's
You can turn it
P90.
down to like 4 and you got a cleaner tone, but it's
Yep.
really not that. It's still about as loud as it is on like 8 or 9 or 10. I love that.
Yeah.
I thought it went to 11.
Well, maybe yours
My Marsh
does.
still goes to 11.
My amp goes to 11. It's that one step louder.
Right. If you can only go to 10, you can go to 11.
Hey, all right. So, Trashman, give us an idea of what you got going on. All the shows you guys got coming up. All the shows that E-Rock's gonna play, and let it rip. Tell us what you have going.
The Let It Burn band's playing. Eric's E-Rock's gonna be there,
Oh
right?
yeah.
He holds down the
yeah.
congas, and he's gonna be working in the playing some music. Um, actually, we got a couple weeks off. It's kind of nice, but after that, we're pretty busy. We're playing Franklin Brewery in Grafton on the 25th. Then we got a bunch of campground gigs, which are fun to do.
They
Uh,
are.
Is that in Berlin Heights? Is that
uh,
where it's going to be?
One's in Oberlin, one's in West Salem, one's out by Mohican. We got like
Oh,
3
boy.
campground gigs lined up. And those are like bro weekends too. You know, we go out there on Friday and sit around the campfire with the acoustics, and all the people in their golf carts show up and listen to us jam by the fire, and then they get the full show on Saturday. It's always a good time. And we always get asked back every time we go to do those.
I want to go.
We got
Yeah,
Mufflehead,
sounds fun.
Uncle Chuck's, and Tilted Farmer, and Victory Pub, and
And
I'm
this
sure
year,
I'm sure there's more. They're all written down in my book. I got to write them down because I'll forget. But no, we're all over the place, and really gaining traction. We enjoy doing it, and like I said, we go and play a new place, and we always get signed up to do a couple more shows there when we're there. So it's fun. It's exciting for me because I've only been in music, and playing live for maybe 2 years. So, I'm 50 years old, living my rock star dreams I should have done when I was, in my 20s. But, so it's new to me. And, like Jeff Rose in our band, he's been doing it forever. He's got albums out there and everything else. And he's like, oh, man, but I'm excited. It excites me. It's fun. We have a good time.
That's exciting for us that you're excited. We love to be a part of all the stuff that you guys have going on. Let It Burn Band, we're a big supporter of you. And I know you support us as a show, and thank you so much.
Yeah, we're getting into the studio too. We got a couple originals we want to put down. We're gonna be going in, having a guy record us for our band reel and all stuff. Try to get our stuff a little bit more professional on the web, and just get out there and see what happens. We're having
Get
fun.
some originals too out to us. Get
Yep.
an original out to us so we can play you on the show.
Yeah, we got a couple of them. We're trying to get them down. Like I said, we're trying to find a studio that's within our band budget right now. We're gonna reach out to that guy you had on last week, see what how that works over there. It's in North Olmsted, so it's not too far from us. And
I was just about to say AudioWorks. That's Eddie Temeko, BVS Film Studios in North Olmsted. I believe he's around $35 to $40 an hour.
That's not bad at all.
So many talented people in this circle that we're in too that know people and can do stuff. Jay Sparrow, actually, he's a real talented guy, and he does some really great recordings too. So that's who I'm gonna have help us record one of our gigs and make a band reel out of it.
Let me also suggest to you Studio Mind in Olmsted Township. His name is Sean Hensey. That's where I've recorded all my stuff at. And he's very reasonable with his price. He does everything that BVS does, but on a smaller scale.
Right.
He's another good guy you could talk to.
I mean, the only thing we have is like phone videos. I mean, it's hard to get anything that really sounds decent out of that. And we're still old school board where we can't plug it in to record in the computer or nothing yet. So we're still working. We're still growing. We're still doing the best we can with what we got and just keep moving forward and having a good time. And
you guys are doing fantastic. I think you're doing just fine. And, we want to thank you so much for coming on Outlaw Radio.
Thanks
It's
for
been a
having us.
pleasure talking to you.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to see you, E-Rock. The best to your family and yours. And we'll see you very soon.
Mama, you want to come
All right,
over
guys.
here and say hi? Hi.
Yeah, I want to come there. Hey, is Rochelle there? Can she come around and say
Right
hello?
here.
We want to see
Come
you.
on, get over here. They want to say hi.
Come on over.
I just say hi.
Get over
Okay,
here. with
we
the
got
boy.
you.
Get here with the
What's
boy.
up, girl?
Hello, girl.
We've been painting all day.
I got you. You have a fabulous evening. You guys take care. This has been Outlaw Radio with Trashman and Dean of the Let It Burn Band. You guys take it easy. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Later.
All right, so this is Circle of Nero. This is Funerary Rites. I got it. Welcome back, boys and girls. Outlaw Radio here. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. So I just want to give you a heads up. Joe Davis is having a little trouble with the link, so we're going to have him call into the show, and we're going to do a phone call-in with him for his interview. So I sent that message out to you, Joe. If you could give us a call in about 10 minutes, and we'll bring you on the show. All right, bud? So that was a pretty cool interview with Trashman Dean, right?
It sure was. His son, E-Rock, pretty balanced kid there.
Yeah, he's a lot of
Smart.
fun. He's doing very well in life. I think he's going to be exceptional musician. He's got such a array of great musicians around him. Matt Chase, all the singing. He's got a supportive mom, a great dad. Kid's going to go far.
I hope
Excited.
so.
I'm excited for him.
I hope so.
So it's been a great show so far, right?
It's not bad. No technical difficulties, really, other than our next guest, I guess. What's up with that?
He's having trouble with his link, so I'm just going to have him call into the show. So, Jim, I have something I want to read to you. Before we bring him on, I want to get it in. So I want to talk a little bit about playing for free, okay? And this segment is called Play It Again, Sam. And I just want to put this out there real quick before we get started here. Thank you to all and yours and all your kind words from Rochelle. Well, thank you so much. You've been very nice to us every time we've been to the Whiskeyville and anytime we ever see you anywhere. Thank you so much. You're a great lady.
She's been so nice to me, that's for sure. Nice house. Great hospitality.
And
I'm glad she's doing better, too, now. I know there was an issue there a while back.
All right, so Joe Davis Band said you're going to want to do the video. So, yeah, let's do the video and send me your email through the comment box, and then I'll send you another link, okay? Because that's the best way I can do it now, because if I jump into Facebook, it's going to screw up the whole thing. So, yeah, so send me an email, Joe, and I'll resend the link. Just send it right where you send the comment. And I promise nobody on here will be emailing you like crazy. Okay, they might. Who knows? All right, so this is called Play It Again, Sam. Now, whether you should play music for free depends on your goals, Jim, in the specific situation. While there are benefits to offering free music, such as increased exposure and the opportunity to build a fan base, it's also important to consider the value of your time and work. Playing for free can be a way to support a cause you believe in. Free gigs can provide opportunities to meet other musicians, industry professionals, and potential collaborators. But it also can be like this. Playing for free can strain your finances, especially if you rely on music to make a living. Playing for free can create the perception that your music is not worth paying for. Some organizations may take advantage of musicians who play for free, expecting them to perform repeatedly without compensation. Playing for free can contribute to the downward pressure on musician fees, potentially harming the industry. Be wary of organizations that expect you to play for free repeatedly or demand excessive performances without compensation. If you are passionate about music and want to support artists paying for music can be worthwhile. However, if you're more of a casual listener, you might find that streaming service or free options meet your needs. Ultimately, it depends on how much you value your place in the music that you enjoy. What do you think about that, Jim? And I know you're busy on your phone. So what's going on?
I was busy on my phone here, preparing.
So is that the Joe Davis Band at gmail.com? Joe Davis? There it is. What's the handle? Is it Gmail? Okay. What are you looking at?
Are we on right now?
Yeah, we've been on.
Mom, you out there?
Ding dong.
I'm forgetting things now that I needed to remember for my talk.
Okay,
a
so
little bit of panic time.
I'm just waiting for Joe Davis to come on the show, and we'll get rocking with it. So what'd you think of it so far, Jim?
Very good. The show in general?
Yeah, are you looking up where the 704 area code is coming from?
No.
Oh, okay. Just curious. Hey, Joe, did you call into the show? Is that the 704 number that we had? And the Rising Fall said, pay to play is worse than playing for free. Yeah, you're right. That is worse. Having to sell tickets and having to sell a certain amount of tickets to be able to get on stage. I went through all that playing in the band. That does suck. Yeah, I think that whole playing for free or doing anything for free is kind of over for us. We put a lot of work into stuff, and I think it's time to start reaping some benefits, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Playing for free, especially if it's for your living, like asking a doctor to see you for free. That's really true, Matt. Matt put that up. He said that for sure. And then Janine Spring said benefits would be for a great free show. Yeah, you know, a lot of venues will do free shows, and then they just pay the bands like 10% of the bar afterwards. And then Trashman Dean said, yeah, it depends on the exposure. So they're a band that has played for free. I've seen them do the Boutique. I've seen them do many jam nights where they go up there and give it their all, and they play for free. So I guess it really depends on what you're going for and what you want to get out of it. And Rising Fall said they play their family's barbecue free. That's it. But, yeah, Trashman says, especially starting off, you know, you play for free. It happens a lot. And Matt Guga said it happens to him when it comes to cooking. Yeah, that's true. How many people want free food?
You know, you have the open mic nights, it's all free. You have the jam nights, it's all free. I guess maybe if you have an open mic night, you have a host, and maybe the host gets paid, but the host has 8 songwriters come up, and they're playing their 3 songs, and they're not getting anything. But I guess they're happy just to get out there and play the songs. I know I was. But it gets to a point to where, okay, had enough.
So I need to do a couple of things here, Jim. I'm going to try to send Joe Davis another email. Let's see here. I'm having trouble with it. Well, I'm not having trouble with it, but his name is not working in the system. So, Joe, we're having a problem. Can you just call into the show and we do the interview that way? Because for some reason...
we haven't played a song in a while, have we?
It won't let me send it over. Yeah, well, we played Funerary Rites, but how about we go to a song?
Yes.
And how about we play the Joe Davis Band? Give them a little taste of what's coming up.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
This is a brand new song by the Joe Davis Band. This song is called Test the Line. Here we go, baby.
Nice.
Hello, this is Jeff James. You're on Outlaw Radio.
And this is Mr. Moonlight on Outlaw Radio also.
We'll be right with you. Oh, you're live.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Nice ending. Boom, boom.
Yeah, very cool ending. Hey, you with us
Heavy.
there, Joe?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here.
Awesome. I'm sorry we couldn't get you on video, but having trouble going back and forth between the platform and the Gmail account while we're live. That's the issue sometimes. But hey, very cool. Thank you so much for joining the show. On the show right now, this is Joe Davis from the Joe Davis Band in North Carolina.
Nice.
Yes.
And I just want to change.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for getting on the show. It was only took a couple extra minutes.
Right.
But we got you here. All right. Hey, I've got a very cool introduction for you I'd like to read, okay?
Sure.
All right. So, joining the show, Joe Davis of the Joe Davis Band. Award-winning, Grammy-nominated. The Joe Davis Band is a guitar rock spectacle as seen in Guitar World magazine and Guitar Legends. The award-winning power trio hails from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Over-the-top guitar wrenching to broadcast all over the airwaves and on stage. Power is on the way. The last several years, Joe Davis has been rebuilding and creating new music for the masses. With songs like Hand of God, Test the Line, it's easy to see that the Joe Davis Band is destined for greatness. And by the way, cousin of Angelina Green from Rockstar Radio Underground.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Rumor
Yes,
is that Joe pushed Angelina to start the radio show, which we say thank you.
We wouldn't be here right now.
That's right. Please give a warm welcome from across the Appalachian Mountains to the Blue Ridge.
Heck
Welcome to
yeah.
Outlaw Radio, Joe.
Very cool.
Are you playing guitar over there? Oh, very cool. He's playing guitar while we're talking. That's
nice.
awesome.
You got it. That's the way to be. Don't
We
put
do
that
gotta-
thing down. We'll let you talk right now.
All right. So, Joe, a lot of our fans don't know about the Joe Davis Band. They know about you from the music that we played on the show. They know about you from Rockstar Radio Underground. So give us a little bio, like the other interview questions. We always ask the same first one. Give us a bio of how you started out and what brought you to this point right here, to the Joe Davis Band.
Well, my first love is guitar. I was born when I was born into a guitar playing family, basically, and I was brought into it when I was a child. I've been playing guitar for 40 years plus, probably, and I've loved the sound of guitars. I love the sound of music, but guitars is my addiction. It's my life. It's my life's work. It's what I do, and it's an addiction that I have. I love guitars. Like I said, I love to play. And over the course of my life, I've had the great pleasure to be in different bands, different situations over the years, working in different music scenes as well, all over the country, and just different places and different artists and different types of music. And it all led up to me doing the Joe Davis band because I just had so many song ideas of my own over the years. You know, I started out working with a lot of different bands, and even, you know, I still love working with all kinds of artists and stuff, but it wound up becoming more of my thing where I started wanting to work on my sounds, my ideas, my lyrics, my vocals, my things. And I just wanted to start, you know, doing them. And when I started really focusing my energies on the things that I wanted, things started really coming together. Um, but you know, I've always played music. I mean, there's never been a time in my life where I didn't play guitar or didn't have a band or wasn't doing something musical, because music is like, music's my addiction too. But the guitar was number one. And that's what led me up to spending my entire life just surrounded with guitars and spending every waking moment with a guitar and just eating, sleeping, drinking guitar. And I mean, even to this day, I still play every day. And so that's kind of what led up to it. And it was like, after being in a lot of other people's bands, I wound up doing to do my own thing because I learned from a lot of mistakes I made working with other people. And then I wound up applying them, the knowledge that I gained to my own band, and my band's doing very well because of my education in music.
That's very cool. And let me ask you this question, and I'm sure Jim will be surprised by this because I'm sure he's forgotten by now because we've talked to so many people. But your drummer has a Cleveland connection. And who is that drummer?
David Polizzi. And
Oh, is that right?
David plays, he's from Cleveland, Ohio. And David also plays drums for me. He's in my Cleveland project, which is his creative outlet in Cleveland. And that's, you know, that's what we do music for, is we create music to be creative, you know, and write ideas and come up with sounds and things that are cool. And you have fun with music, and it takes a life of its own. And David has his Cleveland project. And so when he's not doing that, he's with me, and we're doing the Joe Davis band thing, which is, you know, somewhat a lot different than my Cleveland project. You know, it's we're like a barroom brawl gone wrong with this Joe Davis thing, because it's like it's very intense. We're a heavy metal band, yes, but it's a guitar driven rock show. And it's, you know, it's got singing, it's got different musical aspects to it, different styles brought into it, but the majority of it ends up being all heavy metal. It all ends up being all hard rock music and guitar driven, you know. And that's you know, that's it. And I enjoy playing with David, and he brings a lot to the table. And you know, and he fits in very well here. He really does. We enjoy having David.
Yeah, he sure does. As you know, we hung out with him not long ago, and me and Jim recorded a song with my Cleveland project, and that's how he told me that well, I think I knew that a little bit prior to that he played in the Joe Davis band, but he really started talking about it, and we're like, wow, we were blown away by the fact that he drives from Cleveland to North Carolina all the time and jams with you, and you guys do shows, and we're like blown away by that, and that's dedication.
It's serious, and where we have, I mean, it's a fun dedication. So and everybody wants to be here. And a lot of bands, a lot of people get together and play music, and they just they're like, you know, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. They're not really, you know, they'll do it, and if they drive 5 minutes across town, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. But it's different when your love for music outweighs the pain of doing it, you know. And I mean, like, yeah, I always do good, you know, to make sure everybody's happy and everybody's doing what, you know, feels good about what they're doing. And we built a fun thing that everybody likes being a part of. And David likes being a part of it too. And so that's part of it. I mean, that's a love for music.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Hey, let me ask you this question. I'm intrigued by this one. How did it come about that the Rockstar Radio thing? Because I understand from what Angelina told me is you were the one that pushed her towards that. Is that right?
That is correct. It was she was already working I'll say messing around, but she was working around in radio on these different internet radio stations, and she was already doing different little shows. I say little, I don't want to minimize it. She was just doing those little shows everywhere, and it was kind of like she would tell me what all was going on with this station or these guys or whatever, and I was just like, you just need to do your own thing. because you got all this knowledge and she's been playing music for forever. So she knows the music business real well, and she knows how the business works, and she knows how the radio works and all that stuff, the radio station stuff. And she said, well, yeah, I'm gonna, she started doing her own thing, and that's when it started taking off. She really started focusing her energies on this one thing, and it really took off. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, I'm really very excited for her and happy for her. She's always doing great things.
Yeah, I will tell you, she made me a general manager of the station, so I get to put in shows and help her where I can. And numbers are up, I'll tell you that. Our Thursday numbers, Jim, are up, and our Monday numbers up. The Morningwood show that we do every day is up. Joe, your music is on probably, I think, almost every single show that she has and that I have, and her other DJs as well. So the show's doing really well. And so thank you for being there to push her to doing her own thing, because without her, we would have never met her, and we probably wouldn't have done Outlaw Radio.
We're so much better off now knowing Angelina. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we love her. Yeah,
she's super knowledgeable, and she's very much, her heart's in the right place about her goal with all this, and a lot of us as well, is like to build a better music community for everybody.
Yeah,
Because without, I mean, if corporate music just pretty much steamrolls the entire business, but like outlaw music, outlaw radio music, or bands that are up and coming, and the bands that are playing the highways and the byways and everything, all that music's so much more, it's so much more real than working for a record label that puts a bunch of songs together just to sell records and it sounds like it, and you got people that have real emotions, real feelings, and they're doing music because they love to do it, and it shows. And she knows that, and she hears it in these bands. She'll call me and say, "Did you hear this one band?" And I'll listen to it, and I'll go, "Yeah, that's great." And you'll hear somebody that's really getting their heart out on their music. So, yeah, it's a good thing what y'all are doing. It's a very, very good thing.
Yeah, very cool, and thank you. And I'll say this, without that show, the Rockstar Radio Underground, I would have never known bands like Awaiting Abigail, The Rising Fall, the Joe Davis Band. There's so many bands I learned about, Circle of Nero, that have been on that show, and that led me down the rabbit hole to discover new and better music and interesting music too. The underground music is where it's at, I think, and that's where before these bands even break. It's very cool, and thank you for pushing her to do that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you're welcome. She's doing really well with it, and I watch and keep up with her show every day, and it's always a reminder to keep pushing. I mean, you hear it on the radio doing her thing, and it's like, everybody needs to keep writing and sending songs in and working on stuff, and it just builds the music community. And without a music community, people don't find out about your stuff. So that's why it's so important for you guys to be doing a show like you're doing, is to get more people to listen, more people to come out. And it don't matter. Well, I mean, people can judge music or say different types of music or like this or like that. But at the end of the day, when it's all this music together, is real to these people that are creating it. And, it builds a better music community. It really does. And it helps us all out. It helps every one of us.
Yeah, I agree with you. Support, hands watch other hands as well. Every hand watches a hand, and I agree with you 100%. Hey, the other thing is this. I'll say this. Meeting My Cleveland Project, and then hanging out with Dave, and then Dave sending me tunes, that all came through Rockstar Radio Underground. He got a hold of me and was like, "Hey, I see what you guys are doing. I'd like to be part of it," and the whole bit. And we started a friendship that way. And then he was like, "Hey, have I told you about the other band I'm in, the Joe Davis Band?" And he started sending me music from there. So one hand washes the other, and it really does. Support works both ways. And I want to thank you for supporting the show, and we enjoy supporting you. And it's been
great.
A musical journey so far, right, Jim?
That's great. It continue to build. It'll continue to grow, and it'll continue to build, and that's what we got to keep doing.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome. So, Joe, can you tell us what you guys have coming up? Do you have any new music coming out, or any shows that you're planning on, or what's in line for you down the line?
We're working on some. Well, we're refining our show a little bit. We had to changed the set list around a little bit. We had to fix a few things, and we upgraded our show a good bit over the last little while, and we're planning on going out and doing some shows here soon. It'll be I'm guessing probably somewhere between August and September before we're back out playing, and but we're doing some new things. We got a new record deal for one of our albums, and I have 7 albums out in a DVD, but we put out the last record a lot different. When me and David and Gene King, the bass player, we recorded an album called The Blue and the Gray, and right when COVID hit, we had pretty much we got the recording done, but we didn't finish the mastering per se. But we got the album out and everything, and it started bouncing around, and this record company out in the Midwest picked it up, and it was a recent thing that just happened, and we we're kind of letting them go do their thing with it, and they're presenting a whole new way of putting us out, and they're taking us to a new market. And so it was really exciting to see all the stuff that they're doing with one of the singles on there. I think it's going to be released on May 26th through their company, and I think the company's called Rock Avenue Records. I know it's called Rock Avenue Records. I don't think it is. And but they're going to put out the song, and then we're going to go play some shows to back up this stuff, and it's going to be real intense because we have a super incredible band, and we have a super incredible presentation that we worked really hard to put together. I mean, we rehearsed and we put in the time, and we want it to be when somebody comes to see us, we want them to walk away going, wow, that's really cool, or hey, my ears are falling apart, or
Yeah.
and we want to really kick some ass, and so we want it to be really good. And in the process of this, we're gaining the attention of a lot of bigger artists and a lot of other bigger managers and things like that, and they're calling and asking me questions, and and I'm just like, hey, we're just trying to do our thing, and we're just going to come play, and that's we're going to go try to be as wide open as we can about it. We're telling everybody about what we're doing. And truthfully, there's something really special and magical when me and Gene and David are in the room together. We have a strange chemistry where everything just starts. We walk in the door and everything just outside that room becomes nothing. We wind up becoming like we could write songs, we could play the show, we could do all this great music. I call it music magic, because when we get in the room together, it's like everything just starts clicking together, like unbelievable. And you don't see that or have that a lot in bands. You may have people that can play a song, yes, and they stand around the room and they can play, yeah, they can play. But when you get in a room and you don't even have to look at anybody and just say, hey, check out this riff, and next thing you know, we're blasting out a really cool song idea. That's when you got something. That's when you got the chemistry. You've got that chemistry, and it's hard to find that chemistry.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's when that's being in the zone.
I had rehearsal tonight with Gene. We just was working on songs, the bass player, and Gene's he's loaded with all these incredible ideas on the bass, and he plays all kinds of instruments, but he come in the door just throwing all these ideas at me and everything, and and I was like, well, so it's magic when we get in the room together, and we bring it live. It'll show. I mean, it's going to show, and it's going to. We have. I ain't gonna say the holy shit factor, but we put on a pretty intense show.
That's what I hear, and we're looking forward to that. We hope to be able to get down south and see a show. I'm going to talk to Dave about maybe we'll catch a ride when there's a show. Maybe there'll be a tour bus involved. Yeah. But that sounds fantastic. And hey, man, I want to go ahead.
I was gonna say we might bring it up there. We can do whatever. We might do something up there in Cleveland. You never know.
Yeah, that sounds good too. I'll definitely help out with that show, with the PR and the whole bit. We'll put you on Outlaw Radio. We'll have you live in the studio if you come up to Cleveland.
Get Dave involved a little bit.
Get Dave involved. That'd be super cool. Well, I want to thank you so much, Joe, for coming on Outlaw Radio. It's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. Next time we bring you on, we'll get you on video, and that'll be even better. But again, thank you so much for coming on Outlaw Radio. You're a fantastic guest, very knowledgeable. Know a lot about the scene. You know all about support, and fantastic. Thank you so much.
All good vibes. Thanks a lot.
Very good vibes. And this has been Joe Davis of the Joe Davis Band. Thank you so much. You have a fantastic evening. Good night, Joe.
See you, Joe.
Thanks.
All right, very cool, huh?
Oh man, we are kicking it out tonight.
Kicking it out with the interviews, kicking it out with the jams.
All
that guy
good
was,
people, all good,
yeah,
smart,
excellent,
focused, driven,
driven.
Passionate about their music.
Yes, very passionate.
He's the kind of guy that'll sit there, on the couch and play for 5 hours a day.
This guy lives, breathes, and bleeds music.
That's the way what you got to do. I wonder if he plays Winston-Salem, Wilmington, and all those areas.
If you want to be successful out there, guys, that's how it's done. That is how it's done. All right, we're going to jump into another song. I got something special. This is the remastered version of My World, the collab with My Cleveland Project. Here we go, guys. Check this out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to our nightmare. I hope you make it out. Your blood is now a part of us, entwined in all your thoughts. Open the door to your mind, create your very own spot. Welcome to our nightmare. I hope you make it out. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. I'm not sure it's up to you. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. I'm not sure that I can leave. Many of these sleepless nights conform me to this strife. Twisted thought, visions have carried us to this place. Now you have a taste of it. The horror hides in wait. Welcome to our nightmare. I hope you make it out. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. I'm not sure it's up to you. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. I'm not sure that I can leave. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. I'm not sure it's up to you. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. I'm not sure that you can leave.
bad.
Hell yeah, it was my Cleveland project. Jim Bellinger, myself, collaborating on the song called My World.
That sounded like a different mix to me.
It was a different mix. Dave sent it to me, I think, earlier this week. We were talking about the mix. He brought your guitar a little bit higher up, and he brought some of those melody lines out that you were doing. And I think he may have touched up the vocals a little bit.
You know, I got to admit, your vocals aren't bad.
Oh, thank you. And I think they're actually getting better. I've been singing more.
Didn't know you could do that, so it's very nice.
Yeah, I love singing, Jim. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest singer in the world, but I do love to sing. I'm a big fan of Alice Cooper and Jim Morrison, that style band and that style era, and that's how I like to sing, and I want to do more of it.
By all means.
I plan on doing more of it this summer. And me and you are going to collaborate. We're going to do
one of these days. I mean, we've been saying that now for half a year.
Well, I got the keyboard player all set for us. We got the dude from the Whiskeyville that plays keyboards. I can't remember your name off the top of my head. Don't be mad.
Will?
No, that's the bass player.
Okay.
I got Will on bass.
Man, he's a player, isn't he?
He's going to come and play. Then I got the keyboard player from Whiskeyville coming to play.
Guy kicks butt too. That whole band.
We need a drummer because I want to get a drummer that wants to come and play. So any drummers out there that want to do this, but we want to do a version of People Are Strange with me singing. And that's what we're working on.
Shouldn't take long.
It should take a matter of days, really. It should not be long whatsoever. And the mixing would probably take the most. And, but I have some ideas how we could do it. I have some cool little gadgets at home that we could make the music a little bit different. So, yeah, that's what we're going for. So thank you so much for liking the vocals and my Cleveland project again. Thank you for bringing us out.
Thank you.
Enjoying ourselves. Thank you so much.
Another success.
Another successful song.
I can't wait to do another song with them. I wonder if that's going to happen,
Yeah. I was like, Dave, I can't wait to do another one. Maybe they'll bring us back. I don't know. But I think they got really good reviews on it. I know it got really good reviews because it shot the #1 in our top 5s. Did you see it was #1 in rock? It actually knocked you out of your spot.
Yeah, I was very pleased about that.
Yeah,
it
so
doesn't matter.
We had great reviews on it, and I was happy with it. And everybody I've ever played it for, and I've played it for a bunch of people, said they really liked it a lot too. So yeah, Dave, if you ever want to do it again, somewhere down the line, maybe in the fall, we'd be totally down for that. And Matt Guka said it was a great mix, and he's exactly right. Rising Falls said they love the song, and Janine Springs is like, that would be cool.
It sounded like my guitar at the end, it sounded like they changed the effect on that. It sounded a little different.
Yeah, it sounded really good. I think I don't know, Dave, what'd you do to it?
Both ways were
really
good.
Amazing. All right, so guys, we're at that time. We're not done, but we're at that time. The Shenane.
Hey, I wanted to start with something that I did yesterday evening. I went to the place called the Tree Lawn on the east side, where they have a yearly event involving Robert Lockwood Jr. He is very famous blues player from Cleveland. He is now deceased. And so I wanted to check that out. There were all a bunch of blues people. Austin was there, and a bunch of other people. And
was Stutz Bearcat there?
No, he is not blues, I don't think.
So you marked yourself safe from being around Stutz.
Well, luckily, yes.
That's for you, Stutz.
But the thing I wanted to say about it was, it was in a room about this. It was a very nice place. It's called the Tree Lawn, and it's about the size of a middle school or grade school gym. So it's a very good size, and it has a very nice stage to it. It's up. It's very nice. But the people that were there, they talked the whole time, and people were shushing them, and they just ignored everybody. It didn't matter if you were playing at the time, if the band was playing, or if there was a speaker, trying to. There was a speaker there that did a really good job. He wasn't up on the mic like he should have been, but they talked the whole time, and you couldn't even hear him. It was shameful. They ruined the event, and it's a shame. They gotta, this wasn't a bar atmosphere. This was like going to the movies. You don't sit there and talk. A movie theater. Yeah, you don't sit there and talk during somebody's speech. But that's what they were doing.
So let me ask you this:
it's like, are you kidding me?
Let me ask you, Jim. Did they shushed them? They were like, shh.
Yeah.
That's all they did? That's all they said?
Yeah.
We are like the politest people. Those are like the politest people in the world. Because you know what you should have been like, shut the fuck up.
Well, nobody did that. Somebody really, next year, wherever it is, it might be there again, because it is a very nice venue. They got to put signs up and make it very clear. Hey, man, you're like entering a movie theater. You don't talk during the show. You don't talk while somebody is giving a speech. What the heck is that? So anyways, it was disappointing, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, Jim, I'll say this, right? We are in a new era where people just do whatever they want. So the social norms of when you're at a theater and you're supposed to dress a certain way, or if you're supposed to act a certain way, have been thrown out the window. Because look how they act at presidential rallies now. Presidential rallies are like rock concerts. People get punched in the face.
They didn't even have M&Ms.
Get dragged
either.
out. No M&Ms?
No M&Ms. No snacks. They just had, like, I don't know what it was. Maybe tacos or something. I didn't even look.
Jim loves his M&Ms and snacks.
There has to be a snack involved, but there wasn't.
No Kit Kats like at the Sacred Vortex?
I should have brought my own Kit Kat, I guess.
Janine Springs said that happened to her at the House of Blues one time.
What? No Kit Kats or
no Kit Kats or just loud people.
Just people that are rude. You'd have to be there to see it.
The Kit Kat at House of Blues will cost you $14.
Well, enough of that. Okay. I'm going to talk about Elon Musk again. This is like the third or fourth week. I do 5 minutes a week, and so people don't get too freaked out. But I'm going to talk about his business experience and what he's done. In 1995, Musk, his brother Kimball, and Greg Corey founded web software company Zip2 with funds borrowed from Musk's father. They housed the venture at a small rented office in Palo Alto. The company developed and marketed an internet city guide for the newspaper publishing industry with maps, directions, and yellow pages. According to Musk, the website was up during the day, and I was coding it at night, 7 days a week, all the time. The Musk brothers obtained contracts with the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune and persuaded the board of directors to abandon plans for a merger with City Search. Musk's attempts to become CEO were thwarted by the board. Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash in February 1999, and Musk received $22 million for his 7% share. So, a lot of people are criticizing him for, the guy just. Anyways.
Well, the guy's worked his butt off, right?
Yeah,
even as a kid, he worked his butt off.
And now he's getting so criticized, and it's just amazing what he was able to do at such a young age. All that coding and stuff. He's self-taught with coding. It's amazing. So let's continue. Another one of his ventures was X.com and PayPal. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the PayPal. But in 1999, Musk co-founded XCOM, an online financial services and email payment company. The startup was one of the first federally insured online banks, and in its initial months of operation, over 200,000 customers joined the service. The company's investors regarded Musk as inexperienced and replaced him with Intuit CEO Bill Harris by the end of the year. The following year, XCOM merged with online bank Confinity to avoid competition. Founded by Max Levchin and Peter Thiel, Confinity had its own money transfer service, PayPal, which was more popular than XCOM's service. Within the merged company, Musk returned as CEO. Musk's preference for Microsoft software over Unix created a rift in the company and caused Thiel to resign. Due to resulting technological issues and lack of a cohesive business model, the board ousted Musk and replaced him with Thiel in 2000. Under Thiel, the company focused on the PayPal service and was renamed PayPal in 2001. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock. Man,
Is that it?
Wow.
Jeez.
In which Musk, the largest shareholder with almost 12% of shares, received $175 million. Unbelievable. In 2017, Musk purchased the domain x.com from PayPal for an undisclosed amount, stating that it had sentimental value. So I think that's about all I'll do right now. We're running kind of late right now. So next week I'll talk about his SpaceX.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, the SpaceX. That's a good
I'm
read.
excited about that one.
And then I'll also talk about the Starlink.
I've seen it.
And then Tesla, of course.
Oh, I'm excited about all three of those.
I think
all
I'll buy
three of those sound great.
Yes, I think I'll buy a Tesla and just make a show out of people coming up to it and scratching it, and then we could run up to them and interview them and stuff like
I'm gonna
that.
spray
How about
paint.
that?
I'm gonna spray paint Nazi on the side of your Tesla, and then I'm gonna throw poo at it.
Then there's also a Solar City and Tesla energy business, so we'll find out what that's all about next week too.
Oh yeah. Hey, something funny. Somebody hit me up on Facebook the other day, and they're like, "We're giving away free Teslas. Sign up today to get your free Tesla." I'm like, "Well, first of all, those are expensive as hell, and two, I don't think I really want to be driving around in a Tesla right now."
They're funny looking, but I'd love to get into
No,
one and
if I'd
see what
want
it's like. You hear some credible things about what they're like when you sit in it and drive it. It's got to be an experience, like Cedar Point or something like.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if somebody put a swastika on your Tesla, and then you didn't see it, and you were driving around like that for days? I would love that. There goes Jim and his Nazi mobile. Okay, enough of that. All right, so next week show, we have interviews with Witch Rune, the metal band from Cleveland. Then we're bringing on a very sexy lady named Mickey Baby, who's a R&B rock and roll singer in Cleveland. And Jim, I have no idea why this girl is not big and mainstream right now, because I can't wait for you to see her and talk to her and hear her music. She's fantastic. Okay. We also have an interview with Local Haunts, Dark Secrets Paranormal with Stacy and Matt. They are now on Amazon Prime, and they also are on Paraflix. We have music by Dwayne Albert's Devil's Rodeo, brand new song. Innocence Torn, Freaky Things, Mr. Moonlight, new music by Rising Fall, new music by Choke Chain, new music by DSR, and Jim is bringing another paranormal shenanigans. I'll be bringing you a sinister story about Aaron Goodwin of the hit TV show Ghost Adventures. As you know, his wife just tried to pay a hitman to kill him, and she pled guilty. Can you believe that?
What was that again?
Aaron Goodwin, he is a host of the hit TV show Ghost Adventures.
Okay.
And his wife paid a hitman to kill him.
Oh, awesome! Was this many moons back?
No,
or?
this was recent.
Oh, good.
The plot, I guess, you'll hear all about it later. I have a good story for you about this one. But she I think she pled guilty. I'm not sure if she's been sentenced yet, but you'll see when I bring the story next week.
Well, I'll hold my breath.
And you have a paranormal shenane on the way. This is going to be a big.
I do. I
paranormal
thought I
show.
was doing Musk next week.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, right.
I think you're going to have to skip a week, do the paranormal shenane, because I know how much you hate putting the paranormal shenane together. No, let's do SpaceX. SpaceX will be cool.
I'll
because
see if I could come up with something. I'll give it a shot. you
No,
know.
fuck that. Let's do SpaceX. SpaceX is super cool.
And Tesla and other stuff. He's
Yeah.
doing.
All that is
the
super
money.
cool.
I mean, he
Starlink, super cool.
millions and millions. He starts a company, and next thing you know, there's problems, and then he's getting millions and millions. Oh my gosh!
See, Matt, I know you're out there listening. I already got in my mind. I'm thinking Starlink. I'm thinking SpaceX. And I'm thinking space exploration. And I'm thinking about the paranormal realms of space. And I think we could tie that all in for a paranormal shenane.
Very good.
I think that'll be super cool. All right, so we have one more song we're going to play. We're going to play it right. Actually, we got two more songs. But we're going to play the, two in a row. We want to wish Outlaw Radio Nation a fantastic evening. The show ran long. We're almost pushing 3 hours, Jim. Can you believe it?
It's too long.
It is too long. That's why we're going to make some changes to the show coming up in July. We're going to run the show down to an easy 2 hours, maybe even go an hour and a half. I think that's the goal. And then Thursday night, you could catch us on the 29th for another hour-long
And another thing, this past week we had a Thursday show, and we were very surprised at how many people saw our Thursday show, which is at 5:30. Isn't that's a better time, I think, than Sunday at 7? So we're going to be keying in on the Thursday shows. It's an hour, and we're going to have guests. Our first guest is a young lady, Leslie.
Fugit? How do you say the name? Fugit? Fugit. Hey,
like FEW, few.
Fugit.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah, she's going to be joining us on the show. We're going to talk about Dolores Cannon, and that woman is extremely interesting. I just gave Jim my show notes on it this week so he can go over it with Leslie, and he could also make himself informed on the subject. And that's going to be very cool. We're going to play all local music. And Thursday show, 5:30, 1 hour show. And you're right, Thursday at 5:30 is prime time for podcasts. I don't know if you guys out there know this, but there is a schedule of times and days that podcasts do really well and podcasts get lower views. Thursday at 5:30 happens to be a prime time spot. Sunday at 7 is middle of the road, but Thursday and Sundays are my only days off, so
that's what we have to live with.
That's what we have to live with right
we're
now.
sure that everybody's
Not
going
retired
to
yet.
really be fond of Leslie.
Yeah.
She has a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy. She works her best to do the right thing, works hard, and has a good attitude about everything, and she's pretty knowledgeable in what she's going to be talking about.
That's right. And also I'd like to point out that Jim once dated Leslie back in the day.
Yeah.
Back
That's right.
in the day.
Yeah.
Way back.
I don't even want to say how far back.
70s, right?
Yes.
75 or something like that?
Yes.
He was a youngin'.
Closer to 80, maybe.
Oh, yeah. A youngin'. He's out there just strutting his stuff. Don't get me wrong. Jim's very popular with the Silver Foxes. He signed up to Facebook dating, and who is getting matches, man? Matches, man.
Yeah, I'm not getting too excited. I got a match. I signed up today and I already have matches. And one of the matches was a
grandma.
The same person that
great grandma
loved this guy. So
we got the same girl. Is that
yeah.
Is that even possible?
So we're going to be fighting over this young tenderoni.
Oh, and you know what, Jim? I think you should.
I think
should have it all to yourself.
How about I'll give her? You could have her, and I'll give you $20.
$20.
Yeah,
thanks.
And that'll
and a bowl of soup.
That'll pay for the coffee that you could offer to pay for the coffee.
You did meet a pretty young lady from Fairview Park, though, right
around
the corner
just
from your
a
house.
Total knockout, in my opinion. And she actually replied to me, and then, well, we'll see. But she lives in Fairview.
I like when you show me that one photo, and you're like, "Look how hot she looks." I'm like, "Yeah, that's photoshopped. She looks like she's 20." and she's like 60.
I figured that was a picture taken when she was like 20 or something, but maybe
They didn't have phones then.
Photoshop.
There
She
was no
didn't. She
phones
didn't need
back
to
then.
use it. She's too pretty to even have to worry about that.
Yeah. So Matt's excited about you talking about SpaceX. He said that's
Oh,
Reagan's
good.
Star Wars starter, and you're right
Oh.
about that. So that's what got my mind thinking was that Starlink, because I saw the Starlink one night going across the sky. I'm like, how does that thing not fall out of the sky? I don't understand.
Did you hear about
low
China?
space orbit.
They're building this huge structure that's going to be like 36,000 kilometers or something. And it's going to be a power station, and it's going to
Yeah, I heard
collect
about
the
that.
power, and there's no weather that's going to make it cloudy and affect everything, and they're going to microwave the energy down to the earth. So this is stunning. Talk about green power, if this is something that's going to work.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could steal their power, by aiming
How come
beans
the
or something.
power?
And how come they're doing it and we're not,
sure
There's
we
something
have
wrong
heart.
there with that, but
I'm sure we do. I'm sure that's what Trump means when he's
yeah,
like,
we got to
could
get
do
him on the
all our
show
own
and ask him
energy.
why he's letting
Trump,
China do that and we're not.
All right, I got two things to tell you about. Did you see that the United Kingdom wants to block out the sun? They want to put something up in the atmosphere to block out the sun to stop the rays from coming down.
Yes, and Florida. I just heard that Florida, I guess it's the House. They just passed a bill that outlaws the chemtrails in Florida. No more chemtrails. No more sulfur. Not sulfur. I forget what chemicals that they spray, but all of a sudden it was always, that's not true, that's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Now
Robert Kennedy said it in a White House press briefing. He said they asked him about chemtrails, and he goes, yeah, chemtrails are a real thing. They're spraying stuff into our atmosphere. And he also said it's done by the Dharma, or whatever they're called, Defense Agency of blah, 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 blah. Not even a part of the, it's part of the Pentagon. They have a program through the Pentagon.
You would think it would only a spray like that. I don't know. I look up in the sky and at times I see 10 of them in one area, on the west side of Cleveland. It is just unbelievable. And I just thought, okay, you're affecting the weather, maybe 1 degree or a half degree. No, like 10 degrees, 15 degrees, they could change. So that's some scary stuff. So that's really good. Florida, once again, is kicking some butt on that. I hope other states follow, especially Ohio.
Yeah. I think they've been, dude, everything's coming out now. Because they've been centuries of lying and decades. They just lied to us about everything, man. I'm going to go on a political rant right now, but I can't because we want to end the show. Because we've been going for 3 hours.
This is our longest show. I need to take a break. I haven't had to pee, though.
No.
Which is pretty impressive.
I put my Depends on.
I'm glad you people know that now.
I just pissed my pants right now.
You dribbling a little bit?
The dribbler.
And we're not talking basketball either.
No, we're talking dribbles. Okay. Well, we've been Outlaw Radio. It was a fantastic Sunday night. I had a great time. I know this guy had a good time, Mr. Moonlight. Right?
I always am nervous and stuff. It's like before you do a gig and you're playing at a gig. Once you get on stage, the nervousness kind of goes away. So
yeah, I'm excited.
I'm getting used to this. I have no talent in this. I've never done any of this before, so I am getting a little bit more comfortable. I think. I hope I'm getting better.
Well, yeah, we're super excited about the shows coming up. We've been making a lot of changes. The shows will start getting shorter and shorter as we go. We're going to work Sunday into an hour and a half, and then we're going to work Thursdays into an hour. And I want to thank everybody that watched the show tonight. There's been so many of you guys. Matt Guka, Janine Spring, Johnny Rocker, Joe Davis Band, Trashman Dean, E-Rock, Rochelle. Oh, man. I'm going to get I can't remember all of you off the top of my head. But I want to thank all of you from the best of Outlaw Radio. Thank you for supporting the show. And we'll see you next Sunday. And, Jim, we're going to lead out the show with something a little different. New to Outlaw Radio, this song is called Blaze Myrrh. This is invoking the primordial spirit. Here we go. Good night, Outlaw Radio Nation.
Good
guys
night.
Take it
See
easy.
you Thursday, 5:30.
On the 29th.
Yeah. Forgot that.
It's all over. See you, Outlaw Radio Nation.
So it